Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the QLS channel. We are here for the second international fixture that we are going to be covering on the channel today. This one is a big one. It is going to be England taking on Tonga, and also at the same time, we are going to be keeping you updated with the game that has taken place between Fiji and Spain. But I hope you are all doing well. Hope you all enjoyed the match that we just got to see between the All Blacks and Italy. Was an interesting one. We have got there. Novbum has said, let's see how long I can stay awake for. And also Monty Ioane, winger of the week. He did phenomenally in that performance up against Italy. What we will do, we have got the other results. As you can see there, Ireland able to get a massive win over Japan, 60 points to the 5 in the end, which is very, very impressive. No try scorers in this game yet, of course, due to the fact that we are still 15 minutes away from it kicking off, but it should be a very exciting contest. And yeah, I am looking forward to seeing exactly who is going to be able to get the win. But what we will do is we will show the starting lineups now. These starting lineups, they have changed a bit. It was going to be this, although we did hear the news that Owen Farrell tested positive, which does mean he is going to be missing this fixture. So I believe more than likely they will be starting Marcus Smith as their number 9, as their number 10 option with someone else off the bench, but something that they wouldn't have wanted anywhere near their camp for this one, England. But that does now mean that they will have to make a couple changes there as well. We have also got there as Farrell in. I heard he got coronavirus as well, says Steve Smith. He did indeed. So that means that these lineups, they were the original ones, that they did have Manu Tuolangi. He is still there. He's going to be at 12. First time that he is going to be back in that starting lineup for a little while as well, which is pretty awesome to see. And also we have got there Crazy and Zed, Katie, and also Dwayne in the chat as well. And also we have got there frustrating first half. Now it's time for Tonga to do what Italy done as well, says Dwayne. And also let's go Tonga, says Chris. And also, no, not Farrell as well, says Katie Dixon. Yeah, it is a tricky situation for them due to the fact that it was very recent that it was actually confirmed that Marcus Smith had a little bit of an injury, so he wasn't going to be able to play to the 100% that he would have liked to. But this is the Tongan side that they have gone with now. Someone to look out for. In fact, 2 players to look out for. Walter Fafita out on one wing, out on the other wing. It is going to be none other than Solomoni Kata. We didn't get to see him play pretty much at all for the Bunnings NPC for Auckland. That is the club that he has signed with there, but he didn't really get too many opportunities. So hopefully we do get to see him have a good run out here up against England. But they have got a strong English side. Scotland at the moment, they have got their fixture tomorrow up against the Wallabies. Other games that are taking place tonight, it is going to be Wales versus South Africa and also France taking on Argentina. Portugal are playing Canada at the moment as well, and Fiji are now ready to go in their game up against Spain. But I will keep you guys updated with the score of that one. If you do want to watch that Fiji versus Spain game, you can actually see it on the World Rugby website, I should say. They have actually got that one showing live for everyone to be able to check out. So Marcus Smith at the moment, have got him on the bench, but I believe that is subject to change due to the fact that I believe more than likely he will be put into the starting lineup, but they will confirm it very soon. And yeah, James Fiver also off the bench will be an interesting one to see. Solomone Funaki, looking forward to seeing what he can do as well. But it's going to be a very interesting fixture. Is the Fiji game not on Sky? It is not, but it is on World Rugby's website, Novmum, if you don't want to check it out. And Peacock is only showing premierships, so Saracens versus London Irish it is then. As well, says Katie Dixon, that is a weird thing that they have decided not to show the English game, but I will try my best to keep you updated on that one as well. Looking through at how England did in the Six Nations last year, they probably would want to forget about it, to be honest, due to the fact that they did finish in 5th place with the 10 points. They were having a couple very close encounters, but just not quite able to get there in the end. But then looking through at the previous results that they did have, they had a good win over USA, and also they were able to beat Canada for their July internationals, but they will be wanting a big score here. We'd have to wait and see whether or not they have got those changes, and maybe whether or not those players can gel, because I know that they have got Tom Curry. He will be starting at number 8 rather than having maybe the likes of an Alex Dombrandt, or also Sam Simmons is another player that I thought might have had a decent opportunity of getting to start for one of these fixtures. But he was taken out of the side, but now he's been brought back in, I believe, as well. But then for Tonga, these are actually England's upcoming fixtures. They have got themselves the Wallabies next week and then South Africa. So a very tough way to close out the tour for themselves. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how they go. For Tonga, they have had their results up against the likes of the Cook Islands, was their previous result in the July international kind of window, and then also that 2-leg match for the Rugby World Cup up against up against Manu Samoa. But then also more recently, they did have that defeat up against Scotland, and they have still got a couple more games to go, including one against the French Barbarians, and also Romania will be another one. I know that there's someone in particular who will be looking forward to that Romanian game. That is for sure. And also we have got their Ford never gets enough time at 10. Yeah, it's almost terrible timing because of the fact they decided not to go with George Ford, but he would have been perfect to fill in that 10 jersey while they are having a few of these problems. But yeah, they have decided to go without him, but maybe he gets called in possibly soon as well. We always got there in the chat as well. They aren't showing any internationals this year. I guess they did last year, so someone else got the contracts this year. I don't know, man, as well, says Katie Dixon. It is a big shame. So do they have Amazon Prime there in America? They do indeed, don't they, Katie? But then I guess it would be one of those ones that is, of course, subscription-based, which is a bit of a shame. But at this stage, Fiji versus Spain has kicked off, and they are currently 1.5 minutes into the game. Fiji and Spain, two teams that haven't really had that much international rugby recently. 43 versus 29 versus USA to the 104 versus 16 for the All Blacks. Shows you how poor England playing as well, says Steve Smith. And should I watch this or Fiji versus Spain, says Hex? Depending on what you have got as an option, I've actually got it that I've got the window open for the game between Fiji and Spain as well. But it is being shown on World Rugby's website, and straight away, Spain are actually only 5 meters out, and they might be able to break their way through. But this game is the first of many internationals, the second of many, I should say. You should come from the Fiji versus Spain. Came from the Fiji versus Spain stream as well, and also Amazon Prime UK is showing the game, but free apparently, but not Prime USA as well. Says El Diablo. So yeah, it is a bit of a shame that they aren't showing many of these games around, but they are showing Tonga here. They are a physical side. They are definitely going to be able to use that big forward momentum that they will be trying to use throughout this match. And also, they didn't do too badly in that game up against Tonga, which is something that I think people need to give them just that little bit more credit for. They were solid in that fixture, and if they can do that again, they might be able to push England for a little bit of time. But when you've got the likes of a Manu Tuolangi, who is going to be out there, probably Marcus Smith getting the start as well. Like the back line, there are a couple changes, so I will mention that once they do say exactly who is going to be where, I will let you guys know. But at this stage, Henry Slade, Rav1, pace for days for that man as well. Johnny May out on the other wing. Stewart at number 15 is probably one of the more surprising ones, but then Max Malins is out with injury at this stage, and I feel like he would have been somewhere close to it. Sam Underhill going to be at 7. Very exciting. Mara Doge, Jamie George, Saracens for days out there at the moment for them, and also the likes of a Courtney Laws slotting in at number 6, who plays a bit for the Saints as well. When's kickoff for this game? It is in 8 minutes' time that it is going to be taking place for our game. And also watch the other one, as well, says El Diablo. And also we have got the, but I don't know what to watch. The number 3 is huge as well, says Six. And also we have got the, as past my bedtime, as well, says Obi Snake there. And also we have got there, wasn't expecting Japan to get thrashed. Must have burned themselves out throwing it at the USA, or sorry, throwing it at Australia. Yeah, that scoreline, I feel like at this stage, I was expecting like a 10-point contest between those two sides or not, as well, says Hex. Spain try or not as well. They are just going upstairs to see whether or not it is going to be the try to Spain. Jaco Piper in charge of this one, and I believe it is being played in Spain as well, which is pretty awesome to see at this stage. If Spain have scored the first try of this match, be very impressive from them, that is for sure. And also we have got there, come on England, says Sebastian. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this English side kind of get a little bit more game time due to the fact that we haven't really seen them in action other than those July internationals. And while those July internationals were going on, we didn't actually get to see a lot of these starters who are getting the chance now. I mean, Marcus Smith is one that comes to mind purely because of the fact he got the chance to start. And then from there, he kind of went from starting for England to getting on a plane to go to the British and Irish Lions tour, which is absolutely awesome for the man as well. This is the Tongan starting lineup. Solomoni Kata. Also, I will say Kafatolo, number 7, is one to look out for. Also, Tamani in the number 6 jersey doing decent. And then the Fafita out on the right wing. Walter Fafita going to be one that will be absolutely awesome to see in action. I feel like that's the thing. Tame Funa also brought in. These have been quite a few injuries for Tonga, so they have had to think fast on their feet, and that is why the likes of a Seula Mali is not in there. I believe they have said that it is held up in the game between Spain and Fiji as well. And also we have got all in the chat from Steve Smith. And Saracens versus London Irish is 5-0 Saracens for anyone who is interested. Geez, so they've started that match very quickly indeed. And Quinless squad as well, says Sebastian. And also I can't even watch this on Sky, not showing the game as well, says Johnny Blaze. So this game, England versus Tonga, Sky Sport 5, Johnny, is where you will be able to get it. That is where I am at the moment. But we got to keep the rugby train going, mate. All through the night we are going to be watching it as well. But yeah, Sky Sport 5 for that one. And then Fiji versus Spain is on the World Rugby website, if you don't want to check it out as well. Yes, someone convinced Joe Marler to come out of international retirement quick as well, says Katie Dixon. That's the thing. Harlequins, they have got a big match up against the Wasps. I think I am going to hopefully be able to cover some of that game on the channel tomorrow night if it does work out for us. But yeah, it's going to be a very good one to see how it does go. But now it's going to be at this stage. Just showing the starting lineup of England, the likes of Amara Itoje, Johnny Hill as well. Joe did say, never say never, so you never know as well, says Katie Dixon there, but they are showing the back line at the moment. Johnny May, someone who really is, I mean, is it still weird to say that Johnny May's slightly underrated due to the fact that he just hasn't really been able to get himself as much game time as a lot of people think that he would, and he has had quite a few good performances though in the past. Johnny Mays, I never go past Sky Sport 2. Cheers, Amos Bro. Sorry, lack of sleep making me dumb as well, says Johnny Place. No worries, mate. I will keep you guys informed at exactly where these games are going to be, because Sky Sport Select is going to be one. Oh, we haven't got that Ole. That was Ole. What did I say? I just said all, I think, if I'm not wrong, or I said ale or something along those lines, as it's Spain celebrating try as well, says Steve Smith. And yeah, it actually was a try, so they are 7-0 up at the moment. They're doing very nicely, and they've got themselves another penalty here as well. And ABBA just released new album, so anything is possible as well. Adam Radwan, let's go. Very talented player. And when he does get the chance to get a little bit of space down the wing, that is where he will be lethal in this game as well. South Africa by 50. CSX, and tell you what, Spain at the moment, they have come to play in their game up against Fiji and Ole. And Man United needs to go as well, says Dwayne, but at this stage we are not too far away from this game getting underway. I assume they are just doing the final preparations, and then we will be ready to go for this fixture. Very exciting fixture, I will mention. Tonga versus England. And I'm wondering, score predictions, ladies and gentlemen, what are you saying for this one? Due to the fact that, I mean, Tonga, we don't really know what to expect. England at this stage, I feel like they've got a relatively strong side. And in fact, they did actually show who they are going to have as their starting 10. It is going to be Furbank who will be starting this one at 10 for this fixture. So they have gone with him. And then Marcus Smith, I believe, will still be coming off the bench in this one as well. 60-3 as well. Spain are winning 7-0, says Xavier Brown. They are indeed, and they are about to take another kick as well. 43-10 for Dwayne for the prediction. And also, you just reminded me of of the ABBA fan that shows up in the chat every once in a while and wants to talk about ABBA. She is great, 10 out of 10 as well. Oh, what's the name? I'm trying to think of it, but I do know, because it was one of the songs by ABBA they do mention plenty of times. That one has actually hit the post. So that is going to be now in the hands of Fiji, and now trying to get the back line going. They have got Joshua Tuasova, who will be coming off the bench in this fixture, which is going to be absolutely awesome to see. And also we have got their Fisher Loy, loose head, tight head prop, or sorry, loose head, Tongan prop. What kind of first name is that as well? Sedge Fried. Yeah, I guess it's an interesting spelling, but I'm sure there is some meaning behind it. I guess. And also, Sebastian, you must be looking forward to Romania versus Uruguay as well, says Steve Smith. Yeah, that is going to be on World Rugby's website as well to be able to watch it. We have got the Romanian flag colours from Sebastian. Yeah, Falcons, Tigers, Saracens for days in that squad as well, says Sebastian. And also French women's are destroying the Springboks. I did see that there is a massive score difference at the moment between those two sides. And also, I said also many times, but I also said it again there. I saw, is what I'm trying to say, that Stade Francais and also, I believe, Toulouse are winning as well. Tupou should be playing for Tonga, says Xavier Brown. If they change the rules like they were possibly saying that they would be in the future, it means that he might be able to kind of play for two sides at once. Probable World Cup semi-final lineup, England versus Black Caps and Australia versus Pakistan. Which team do you think has a chance to get to the finals and win the trophy? I think Pakistan might beat Australia, purely because of the fact that they seem to be in some very good form at the moment, Pakistan, and they haven't lost a game yet. I would say, though, England versus Black Caps is a massive fixture, and if the Black Caps play like they did up against Scotland and Namibia, England will win that one easily. But if they play well, they might be able to get it as well. I should get begging Hamish to play ABBA songs during the stream once as well, says Katie Dixon. They did indeed. I'm trying to remember what ABBA song it was, but it was a certain one over and over again at 6. Manu Sama not playing any games as well, says Chris. I believe, if I'm not wrong, I know that the game up against the Barbarians was originally cancelled, but I think it still has it down for myself in about 30 days' time. I could be wrong, though. So I will try and keep you guys updated in that regard if it is that case as well. We have got the amount of rugby happening at the moment as well. There is a huge amount, that is for sure. And also we have got that Dancing Queen as well, says Steve Smith. Was it Dancing Queen or was it Fire? Is there something called like Firecracker or something like that for ABBA? I remember it was one word, I think, and I can't quite remember what it was. And also we have got there, I would have stolen all the dollars anyway so as well in there. And also the amount of rugby happening at the moment as well is mind-blowing from Sebastian. And I hope your team wins, brother. I'll be supporting them as well. And Fried Fish and SFH as well, says Johnny Blaze there. And Johnny, his parents must have liked fried fish as well, says Obi's David. Now at this stage, we are getting very close to this game kicking off. I believe it was a 4:15 kickoff, but they haven't actually started getting prepared yet. Spain have actually got another opportunity to be able to get themselves some more points here as well in their fixture, so that is very impressive. But the national anthems won't be too far away. Hopefully it does finish at a decent hour, because at 6:30, we are going to have our next live stream. That is going to be the Springboks taking on Wales in that one. I will definitely be supporting Scotland tomorrow. No reason for me to support the Wallabies as well, says Sebastian. And also we have got there, they are playing Barbarians with European-based players. So it sucks that there will be no Hawke's Bay Magpie specialists as well. And also Scotland are so hot as well, says Hex. Yeah, they're playing well at the moment in their kind of campaign. So it's going to be a good game. And Tom Curry, as muscular man, he's jacked as well. He keeps on getting bigger and bigger each season as well. How much money the winning team gets in these rugby-friendly fixtures. It's interesting that you mentioned that, because I did see an article saying if England win all 3 of their games, all of their players get a $70,000 or so bonus, whereas Tonga, for playing, they get, I think it is $500 for a week. So it's kind of, there's a massive difference in terms of the sponsorship side of it, and also like the kind of funds available for them as well. But at this stage, these two sides have only played once in history, and that game was going the way of England for it as well. Fiji at the moment are 10-0 down up against Spain as well. Come on, Tonga, says Springbok there. And also we have got there in the chat as well, Manu Tuolangi making his comeback. Let's go as well, says Bacon and Eggs. Yeah, he was out for a very long time, then played a couple games for the Sale Sharks in the Gallagher Premiership, and now he is back in that number 12 jersey. Just a beast of an individual when he does run straight. And even when he runs sideways, to be fair, anywhere that man is running, he is probably making meters for fun. But at this stage, we are still waiting for this match to get underway. It actually has that it is 3:15 there at the ground at the moment. So hopefully, yes, they are making their way out now. And it will actually be Tonga who will be wearing the white for this fixture. Of course, they would normally be in red due to the fact that they are the away side. I believe England will be wearing maybe either the red or the dark blue, perhaps. Let's hope the rules change soon and next All Blacks Wallabies players get to play for Tonga and Fiji and Samoa as well, says Chris Seo. And also we have with there, Tonga got some chow mein as bonus as well, says I'll be Snake. And also Flying Fijians really struggling as well. And yeah, it looks like there is an injury to maybe one of the Spanish players at the moment. Tongan flags at Twickers while as well, says Johnny Blaze there. It is pretty awesome to see the crowd that they have got. I believe they were expecting 73,000 in attendance for this game. Owen Farrell out late due to having a positive COVID test. So because of that, it does mean that he is going to be missing. We have got, hey bro, had some pizzas and smoked some things. So I'll stay awake as well. Tonga should get toasted by 30 as well, says McKenna. I feel like Tonga would be pretty happy if they did only lose by the 30 points in this fixture. But at this stage, the Spanish player was down 10 minutes into their game, and Spain are winning that one up against Fiji 10-0. So if they can keep that pace going, Spain might be able to get themselves a big win there. But Tuiso off the bench is the player that I am not underestimating at all. As soon as he makes his way out there, things are going to happen. There are going to be tries scored as well. Cheers, brother. I should be neutral, being half Scottish, half Australian, but I'm getting behind Scotland for this one as well, says Steve Smith. And UK press has already started AB's error-strewn, lackluster, disappointing performance, blah, 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 says Tania. And it is one of those ones, until we get to play England in rugby, I don't think we will hear the end of those ones as well. Like, even if we beat Ireland and France the next couple of weeks, they'll still say about the errors in that game up against Italy as well. Chris Sear, absolutely, bro, as well. I hate watching Tonga versus Samoa with stink teams. Look at Rugby League. Tonga beat England, Britain, New Zealand, and Australia as well. And also we have got there, did you see how brutally Ishodi got hit on his head? That was so scary. It reminded me of Phil Hughes' death as well. Do you have any status on Ishodi's status? Will he be playing the remainder of the Black Caps matches? I actually did see that he is completely cleared. He's all good. He'll have a bit of a sore head, I would think, after the way that he got pelted with the ball, but they did say that he is clear and he will be able to play those upcoming fixtures as well, unless, of course, there is any kind of post-concussion type arrangement. Stephen Jones is having a ball call, or having a ball right now, typing his nastiness on his computer with an election as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also we have got there, I want Tonga to win, but I think it's probably going to be England. And also Sodi should be all right. He seemed fine as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, I think the thing that saved him big time was the fact that it hit his forearm just before hitting his face. It kind of glanced off it, but that just took enough of the blow off. But yeah, he actually said he was disappointed because he didn't catch the ball, which just shows kind of that fighting side of it. At this stage, it looks like one of the Fijian players might actually be injured here. Fiji have got this ball just on the 22 at the moment now, and they are going for the rolling maul. It has gone down, though. And now at this stage, they are saying Jamie Georgie wasn't in the squad a couple weeks ago, but has been brought in due to the injury originally. But that's the thing. A lot of hookers are getting injured recently. The likes of Ken Owens for Wales did end up getting injured. And now, of course, England losing their hooker as well. So hopefully at this stage we don't lose too many more around the world as well. That sounds like a weird statement if you don't know what the positions are called in rugby, that is for sure. But at this stage now, we are here in the national anthems, and then we are going to be ready to go in this fixture. I guess it's like a 4:25 kickoff for this one as well. I love those ANZ cricket ads as well, says OB Snake. But yeah, this stage, going to be interesting to see how the Black Caps go now. It's going to be the try for Fiji, their first one of the match. Was the number 7 who was able to score it as well. UK Press sucks as much as MSM here in New Zealand. They deserve a lash as well. There's McKenna, and also we have got their come on Tonga as well, says Steve Smith. Hopefully, we do get to see them improve on the performance that they had last week. Because the thing is, they didn't play badly up against Scotland. It was just Scotland found themselves some very good form, definitely given it out onto the hands of their winger, and the centre as well was able to score 4 tries. I believe it was Rufus McLean who was able to get. Was he the man who scored 2, or was he the man who scored 4? I think he got the 4. And then it was also out on the wing, the other Scottish player whose name I can't quite think of at the moment, MSM in New Zealand as well, with Johnny Blaze there with the throwing up emoji, and Indians growing up wanting to play for the Black Caps prizes as well. Let's go, my Tongan brother, says Chris there. And also the wokeness they spew out is disgusting as well, says Johnny Blaze there. Yeah, hopefully this one is going to be a good game between these two sides. Like I mentioned, anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel. It is hugely appreciated, all the support you guys have been showing towards us in the recent weeks. And yeah, we have got plenty more coming in the future as well. Hamish how was your short break, by the way? Just a shout out to the ABs. At least I got to keep my house as well, says Aiden. So yeah, they have done well there to be able to win that game. But overall, my short break, it was all right. You know, I went out, got a drink, and then came back, and then I was ready to go for this next one. This is literally a rugby marathon for not just myself, Kyle Stain, that is the name who got 4 tries as well. Winners kickoff, says Beetlejuice. At this stage, we are here in the England national anthem. So I would say we're only around 3 minutes away from this game getting underway here. And Tanya, as expected, they thrive on talking other teams down as well. And hopefully the Scotland game has been a wake-up call for Tonga as well, says Steve Smith. And yeah, at this stage, I would think the one thing that will really benefit Tonga for this is the late change at 10, due to the fact that it was originally going to be Owen Farrell, but they had to change it very late for that one. Quick, my Mimie, as well, says McKenna, and also come on Tonga, says Johnny Blaze. And imagine putting $100 on Tonga and they win cheer up the Tokos. As well, says to make it. Hopefully I pronounced that all correctly. Tonga just have to be more, or just don't have the funds to buy and keep their best players as well, says Ernest. I'm looking forward to seeing Moana Pacifica in action, though, because of the fact that they've been doing very nicely in terms of signing those talented players from the Bunnings NBC. And also, how many scores do Tonga got? At this stage, it is still 0, but I'm going to say Tonga will score at least twice in this game. I'll actually give them 3 tries up against England here. And also we have got the Are You From Chicago as well, says Obi Snake. And so Tonga is white, England is red. Yeah, they are indeed. But Tonga now, they will be doing their haka, and then we will be ready to go. Big Court mouth is open 24/7 as well, says Obi Snake. Is that Courtney Law, I assume, if I'm not wrong? And also we have got there, what's the odds like over there as well, says Aiden. So pretty much for Tonga to win is paying 101. And you cannot put money on England anymore. I'm going to smoke more as well, says Mokena. Don't end up knocking yourself out, though, mate. Keep on keeping on, I guess you could say. But make sure you don't go too far with it. Now, this stage, Takalua going to be leading his boys here in their haka. And then England, they are going to be ready to go on this one. South Africa, Protea scored at 8.8 runs and over against England. Holding thumbs as well, says Springbok. So, yeah, they'll be doing decently. And I feel like at this stage, if South Africa win that game, then they can make it in at this stage now. Tonga are ready to go. Almost Tame Funa at the front. Ben Tame Funa, he's a solid individual. Tell you what, scrum time, him versus Alice Gench is almost one of the most exciting battles, I think, out on the field between these two sides. Mara Toje, he's ready. England in the red, and white is going to be what Tonga are wearing for this one. Now, I'm from England, bro, as well, says Beetlejuice there, and I'll go put $100 on them just for fun. Probably not a good idea, to be honest, says Aiden. I would say put $1 on them. See what happens. $1 will do. And Big Court's the captain here as well, says Johnny Blaze. And also we have got there, I agree. I wish Tonga could make a big impact today, as well, says Ernest. I feel like, Aiden, if you are going to put $1 on Tonga, maybe put like $1 on England to win by, I guess, 40 to 50 or some kind of like margin somewhere around there. Because at least that way you might be able to get your money back if it does end up a runaway for England. Although I don't think it will be. I think Tonga are going to be able to fight in this one. and hopefully they do very nicely. A few injuries has meant that they have had to make quite a few changes, 9 to be exact here, but they have got Tamefuna in the number 3 jersey. Also, they have got Kafatolo, will be a very awesome one to watch, and then also Solomon Kata out on the wing in the back line. He is going to be marking up with Adam Radwan, and that is just a pacey battle that I cannot wait to see. 5 points to Fiji and 10 to Spain at the moment after 16 and a half minutes in their game as well. And also, especially the ABs, they love to think they can derail them fat chance as well. Says Tandia there. And also, we have got there, by the way, as George joining us a bit later on. It was close. Pretty much, we were originally scheduled to try and do that one at 9 o'clock, but unfortunately, due to the fact that he did end up working from 7:30 a.m. to 12 last night for his farming, it does mean that he is going to be missing the one tomorrow morning. But the next week after that, we are going to be right back into it with the George as well. Traditionally, Tonga are a tough team, but only play 50 minutes as well. And Tonga to upset today, says Springbok. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see them find some momentum. Definitely heading into their game early next year. I believe they are going to be playing either Hong Kong, Malaysia, or South Korea for a World Cup opportunity to qualify. They are showing their Manu Tuolangi. It's a scary individual when he runs it straight. And he will be doing that throughout this match as well, by the looks of it. Spain going for a little chip and chase there in their game as well. And for you guys who are interested in the other fixtures that are taking place as well, it is actually Portugal taking on Canada as the other game that is going on. My school on the bench for Tonga as well. One hunger as well, says Dwayne there. So Portugal are winning 7-0 up against Canada for anyone who is curious about that one as well. And we have got their Manu Tuolangi. Hasn't really achieved much for 10 plus years of playing pro footy. Too much time injured. It's a shame, really. Yeah, he's very talented. Manu Tuolangi. That is kicked off, though. Tonga kicking off from right to left in this game is underway at Twickenham, and Mara Toje able to take it nicely. First time in 20 months they have just said that England are going to be at Twickenham, but now that one has gone high from it was Ben Youngs who was kicking it nicely. It's going to be taken beautifully by Johnny May under the high ball, but Fiver getting straight on it as well. Jamie George plays halfback for England now, firing it back into the hands of Sinclair. Will be starting at 3 for this fixture as well, and he is a very talented very talented prop, I should say. Kicked high there and taken nicely by, it was the number 10, Kurt Maruff. Now running forward, it is going to be the number 15. Actually, a change from last week. They did have James Fiver there last week, but now it is going to be Vienu who will be starting there as well. And also, it sounds familiar, mate. And also, we have got there, it's that time of year when farming must be at its peak in New Zealand. George will be flat out. Yeah, he pretty much, like, if it does rain, he can pretty much not work, which is why he was here for one of those kind of afternoon live streams the other week. Or we did end up doing quite a bit of recording, but like as soon as the sun's out, he's like 14, 15 hour days, like easily. Like I think he's starting early morning tomorrow as well and just going to keep on going. But it is that situation. He's working hard, which is good to see. And then he has always mentioned about maybe trying to do it like 50-50 in terms of if we can kind of, I guess he wants to get some sort of part-time job over the winter when the farming isn't really going on. But they are saying that maybe a little bit of shepherding there from Scotland. So now it is, from Tonga. So now Mara Toje takes another line out, 22 metres out at the moment here for England. And you can hear the heave from the crowd. Jamie George at the back scoring a lot of tries for Saracens in the recent times. The stage they have been told to use it. Jamie George looking for his option, going to be passing it back now to Youngs. First receiver, it's going to be Henry Slade, gives it to Tuolangi, just eats the ground, which is not ideal, but now at this stage going to be the quick hands. Adam Radwan, he's got plenty of pace, drawing pass out to Johnny May, now stepping back on the inside here, 5 metres out here for England. Ben Youngs looking like he is going to line it up into the hands of Alice Kinge. Very phenomenal player in the Gallagher Premiership, but he is going to be dragged down. Still available here for England, though. Going to be Sinclair now. Good stop, or good defence, I should say. But now, once again, it is going to be Sam Underhill back in the English kit. Youngs at this stage, it's an advantage for, I believe, the player leaving his feet. Now going to be firing it back once again into the hands of the number 15 for this one, Freddie Stewart. Let's get him the start for this one. Young's going to the short side now. Slings a beautiful wide cutout pass. Adam Radwan drops the head. Did he get it down over the line? It's going to be close. They're going to check this one as well. He works as long hours as I do. Fair play to him. As well, says Steve Smith there. And also George getting in the hard yards legend as well, says Johnny. And also, come on, Tonga, says Tania there. And lit up here as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, this stage, it is a try. And Adam Radwan was the man who was able to score it for England. So the first try of this fixture coming in the first 3 minutes, and it's just been all attack from England so far. And we will go like this as well. Adam Radwan, one of the quickest wingers in world rugby is the comment there, and I would 100% agree with that because he has got gas to burn. and he is going to be doing it all throughout this match as well. We are going to be adding him to the try scorers list as well. Good combo as well, says McKenna there. And also interception try for Tonga. Can you believe it as well? Says Aiden, I cannot due to the fact that I haven't seen it yet. But if I do see it, I would be very impressed indeed. So I assume you are a little bit ahead if that is the case. So I have not quite seen it, but Adam Radwan puts the ball down over the line, and that is the try. They just weren't quite able to stop him there as well. Eddie Jones, coach for England still. He is indeed, although I know that his name has been in the media quite a bit recently in terms of a few problems that England have had. But yeah, this stage he is still the coach, and there are a few interesting signings and also interesting changes that they have gone with due to the fact that they have got Tom Curry at 8 for this fixture, and also we have got there, all you fellas are stoned except me, as I says Johnny. If it makes you feel, Johnny, or if it makes you feel better, I should say, I am not. So there we go. At this stage, that one has missed just out to the right-hand side, and it is 5-0 for England in this game over Tonga in the early stages. Fiji and Spain still having a close counter. Spain sitting 10 points, Fiji sitting 5 at the moment for them as well. And also we have got there in the chat, 1 try for Falcons through Radwan as well, says Sebastian. I'm curious to know which side from the Gallagher Premiership is going to have the most tries scored for themselves. And at this stage, Fiji look like they're about to score another try possibly for themselves, but now it's taken nicely, and England get themselves the penalty there. I believe it was Ben Tamefuna just coming in through the side for, okay, so it was actually Leva Fafita that ended up getting penalised there for them as well, and Johnny Drugs are bad, okay, as well. Says Ovi's taken also, we've got their drives to Johnny's house over the Pacific Ocean, come bring him cones as well, and House VG says, Aiden, they did just knock the ball on there, but they are sitting 10-5 down up against Spain in the early stages of that game, but they have done well to fight back to being on that 5 points as they were 10-0 down and at the very early stages. But now at this stage, Jamie George throwing that ball in, taken nicely by Mara Toja Youngs. Fires it back now. Oh, it's a big carry there from Alice Genge. And you know that he's always going to put the foot down when he does get an attacking opportunity. Slade now, quick hands here. Furbank ends up running into one of his own players, and that is going to be an accidental offside. So it is a scrum feed for Tonga here. We have got there. I mean, surely if Spain beat Fiji, it will be a big upset. It would indeed. Huge upset due to the fact that Fiji at this stage are sitting 13th in the world or somewhere around that mark. Whereas you look at, yes, Spain, I believe they're about 20-something, if I'm not wrong. And some big units in England, they do indeed have those solid players. The likes of a Tuolangi, even in the backline, just to name one. And then also Sam Underhill's just an absolute beast in the breakdown as well. Will you think Devon Conway is kind of wasted at number 4 because he should get more balls to face, and therefore, thereby as an opener, he'll be solid for the Black Caps? Mitchell is kind of struggling as well. It seems to be Daryl Mitchell. He's having 50-50s at the moment in terms of his performances. And Ole and 10-5 as well, says Steve Smith there with the Spanish flag. And also in honor of everyone's just baked chocolate cake, icing it with coconut cream as well. Oh, sounds all right, doesn't it? And also we have got there in the chat as well, right time to make some, to use some Christian herbs as well, making a cup of tea as well, and come on England, says it Leyland there. But do let me know your score prediction, Leyland, for this matchup. They were able to score the early try. Adam Radwan just on fire in the early stages of this fixture. Phenomenal player for the Falcons, and feel like he has got the potential of definitely trying to secure that number 14 jersey for himself. By the looks of a massive kick in behind from Spain there, and coconut cream cake sounds so good as well. And Johnny, you had Shatter yet as well in there, and thoughts on thought that was George Bridge at England 10 as well, says Dwayne. And yeah, that was a late change due to the fact that Owen Farrell tested positive. So instead it is going to be Furbank who is getting the opportunity for this one. At this stage now, it's going to be Takalua just inside of their own half here. Tonga throwing themselves forward at the line, and it is going to be in the hands of Walter Fafita. Had a very good game last week up against Scotland. I would say he was probably one of the standouts for them as well. But now at this stage, it is going to be the draw and pass, number 13, which is Hingano, trying to get the carry going. Now, England's defence is known for being very strong. Fiji have just scored themselves a try there in their game up against Spain, so they will be able to take the lead. That's a knock on there from Tonga. And now England will have the scrum feed. Now, Maro Toja is actually down at the moment, which is something you don't see too often in this one. And also we have got there, how's it is this different channel as well, see Shark Brain. So pretty much we are in the situation of, this is Sky Sport 5 here in New Zealand, but we are on the Kiwi Lad Sport channel due to that main channel receiving that copyright strike. Hopefully it is removed very soon due to the fact that we had no copyrighted material at all. And look at the calves on number 9 Tonga. That would be Sonatane Takalua, I believe, and he has certainly got a good solid leg drive if he does get the chance. I like coconut and chocolate and vanilla and ice cream and biscuits as well, says Sebastian there. And also we have got the I'll send some over, says Tanya. And also we have got the how's that Shark Brains? And who is that fly half now? They have gone with, in the end, George Furbank as the 10 option. And Johnny, check out my YouTube, or check it out on YouTube as well. And you are the best 10 out of 10 with the coconut emoji as well. Hands on hips, Tonga as well, says McKenna. Yeah, not a good sign early on if they are already getting a little bit gassed out. They actually did pretty well with the stamina last week up against Tonga, up against Scotland, I will say, because Scotland ran around quite a bit throughout that fixture. But Eddie Jones at this stage, they are showing him. He was watching that game last week between Scotland and Tonga. He actually they showed him on the camera and he yawned at one point of it. Oh, sounds beautiful. I only ever really do buds. I must get out of the house more as well, says Johnny Blazer. Also, we've got there George Bridge as well, says Dwayne there. At this stage, it is going to be a scrum feed for England just on their own halfway here. And we also got there. Can one of the Tongan players just shout Springboks out loads on the field? The English team will certainly freeze, leaving the Tongans to score some tries as well, says Springbok. Maybe intimidation tactics, mind games and whatnot as well, perhaps could be taking place. We have got there. Cheers for doing this, mate. I don't have Amazon Prime and it's not on any UK radio. So thank you as well, says TC. No worries, mate. We do cover as many international rugby fixtures and also the Gallagher Premiership on this channel as well. So if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. All the support you guys have been showing. And at the end of the day, we always want to provide the free commentary for you guys who don't have access to the game, because I know that a lot of them nowadays are getting behind subscription services, and also some countries don't even have the games available. So that is why we do these live streams, and also just getting to chat to you guys is absolutely awesome as well. We'll never hear the end of it. England win this game. The press will have them already world champions. It gets so tiring as well, says Tanya there. And also we have got I'm embarrassed that there is someone out there that would be that petulant as well. That strike here as well, says Kanakoan. And brilliantly taken there by Taumapo, who was able to get that one. But yeah, pretty much I think it was just a case of, because they were another YouTube channel for cricket, they were just like, you know what, we want to take out the competition so that you can't end up kind of, even like we had 20 people watching at the time, and they were like, right, we need to take them out just in case. But yeah, it is an interesting one. How's it, McKenna, as well there now? At this stage, it's going to be in the hands of Tuolangi. Just a little bit of a fumble there from Takaloa, and now it will be in the hands of Furbank, who has kicked it way downfield, looking for the 50-22. It's sitting up nicely, and Tonga will be taking this one only a few meters out from their line, and he will have to kick it into touch, Kurt Maraff. And now it is going to be the line out in favour of England. We have got there in the chat as well. It's heated compression wheat as well. And also we have got there, I'm having hokey pokey with granola as well. And Scotland team versus Tonga was made up of 8 uncapped players, 8 uncapped players, and players like Darcy Graham and Kinghorn played out of position as well. The future of Scottish rugby is looking bright. It is indeed. And when you look at the fact that now this week, that was a huge hit on Johnny Hill there. And that's going to be, it was Tom Curry who got nailed. And that is going to be not releasing penalty. And it was against Vailanu, who was penalised there. At this stage, like Duan van der Merwe, Stuart Hogg, Finn Russell, 3 players that can cut a game open. They are going to be returning in that game up against the Wallabies. So yeah, it is going to be absolutely awesome as well. It'll keep because it's coming from the Highlands of Scotland. So it'll already be frozen as well for the coconut pie. And also we have got the not a problem. Black Caps will qualify to the semi-finals and England won't. That's karma, if anything else as well, says Sebastian. And how does England Rugby make money if they don't broadcast their games as well? Says Shark Brain. That's an interesting question, because of the fact that they did actually mention that all of the English players, if they win all 3 of their games, if they win up against Tonga, not up against England, Australia and South Africa, if they win all of their games, they actually, all the players in their squad get a $70,000 bonus, whereas the Tongan players actually only get paid $500 a week for playing these games. So it's an interesting kind of comparison, I guess you could say, but I assume there is sponsorship. Like, sponsorship will be huge for England in this one, and also they have got the Six Nations now. It is going to be off the back. Yuns offloads it now to Tuolangi, dragged down by his officer number, but at the stage, England only 10 metres out here. Alice Genge once again trying to run it for, wrestled down, advantage for the high shot. And now they are going to be giving it back across. Sinclair claps his hand, says, I'll be having this one. Thank you, Tom Curry, dragged down there. Plays for the Sail Sharks. So does his brother Scott. But now at this stage, Maro Toje ripped away from him. And it is going back for the penalty now for England, straight out in front as well. Double blow of the whistle. Easy, they are saying. It looked like there was a little bit of push and shove, almost starting up between a couple of players there. But Courtney Laws, he's a big fellow, isn't he? We always got that double Tongans versus Tom Curry, Bob as well there. And Joe Marler voice, says Katie Dixon there. And also not in there is Marcus Smith on the bench, mate. He is indeed. So originally he was going to be I know a lot of people wanted to see him in the starting lineup, but due to a recent injury for his leg, they did decide to have him off the bench. And then Owen Farrell ended up testing positive, which then meant that they were bringing in a new player, which did end up being George Furbank. But Marcus Smith still going to get half a game, but I assume more than likely with Farrell out, this opens up the door for Marcus Smith next week if he is 100% to get that start as well. So we will have to wait and see what else got there. We extra coconut for the mod as well. Says some passionate also we have got there. If they remove it, shouldn't you get compensation? That's like defamation of your character in a civil case as well. I feel like at the end of the day, like I guess when you think of it like that, really all they've done by copyright striking us is taken away like 3 weeks of revenue, I guess you could say, for ourselves. That's a rolling maul there. Jamie George breaking off the back and he scores the try for the English side once again. So they've done very nicely there to be able to score it. Jamie George, he scores tries for fun. That's one try to Saracens players at this stage if we are keeping track of that one. 1-4, it is the Falcons. And now Jamie George, phenomenal player. And he has just gone over the line. I know that Katie will be very happy with that. She calls him is he your large son, Katie? Something along those lines. He has been able to score it there as well. We have got that take care, Obi, as well. And I'm going to listen to InfoWars while I try and sleep. Take care, guys. And Hamish, cheer to cheer as well. Says Obi saying, no worries, mate. Enjoy your sleep as well. And you're a star, Hamish, says Tanya as well. And also we have got there England can't get over as well, says McKenna. And also we have got there InfoWars. Cheers, Obi, as well, says Johnny Blaze there. But that one has gone over the line. And a Jamie George fired up at the moment for this one as well. The stage 13 minutes through this fixture, and they have been able to score themselves another try here. England Flash scores a little bit slow today by the looks of it, because it says at 16 minutes we're up to 13 and they haven't quite given them the try yet. But this one's going to be 40 meters out here for England to line it up. Henry Slade's going to be the man who is kicking for this one. 0 from 1 at this stage, but would certainly like to change that in this next kind of kick as well. It's from the touchline though. He hasn't had an easy kick so far tonight. Henry Slade lines it up, and it's missed. Gone just away to the side, so the score is going to remain 10-0 to England here. Better strike of the ball, but just away to the left-hand side this time. So he went to the right last time, left this time. Next one straight down the middle, surely at this stage, but they still haven't updated their scoreboard. It's going to be coming very soon. The brilliance of the hookers this side as well. Says Sebastian, yeah, a lot of them score tries. That is for sure. What else have we got there? How come England always have those Eddie Hall looking fellas in their teams? I guess it's a decent point. Eddie Hall, he's that man mounted, isn't he? McKenna, if I'm not wrong. Now, at this stage, Tom Curry straightening straight into the two big forwards. So Tamefuna able to drag him down. Which isn't really the player you want to run at because he's very solid. Now, this stage is going to be kicked high once again now from England. It was Ben Young's now down into the hands of the number 15 backing himself here for Tonga. 40 meters out at the moment here. Takaloa going to be passing it back across field. And it is going to be Nguamu. I feel like I pronounced that one wrong. Tamefuna, I know how to say that one, though. And he's bounced out of the tackle of Courtney Laws. Has he hurt himself, though? No, he hasn't. He was just staying down for a little bit longer. But now at this stage, the ball has been put high. There is an advantage taken beautifully there by Freddie Stewart. And they're going to be going back as well. Yeah, strong man Eddie Hall, as this is McKenna there. At this stage, still says 5-0. Surely someone's got to update that very soon because it does have up to 17 minutes. So I think someone's forgotten about a try. But England at this stage are sitting on 10 points, ladies and gentlemen. 2 tries scored so far. Adam Rav one, and also Jamie George was the other try scorer for that fixture as well. And also we have got the England should play in the islands, but we know that won't happen as well, says Chris Seo. And also Scotland played Fiji in Fiji and lost as well. In Fiji and lost, says Johnny Blaze. So yeah, it would be good to see some more games because I know Fiji and Drua. And also the other game that was taking place was, the other team, Moana Pacifica. I'd love to see those games take place in Samoa and Fiji and just promote rugby in the islands as well. Flash calling me to get as well, says Katie Dixon. And Eddie Hall, he picked up 500 kgs, half a ton as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, that's a fair amount, you know. I don't think I could pick up, I probably couldn't pick up 50, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not very big. I feel like compared to some of these players, like they'd throw me a good few meters, I would think, some of these Tongan forwards. Well, it's got in there. The boys are hitting. Big contact going in as well, says McKenna. And also come on Eddie Hall in there from Leyland. And also the England jersey is too white. Looks like it's been used as bog roll by the end of each match as well. And luckily for them in this game, they have decided to wear the red. So I feel like that will save them a little bit. And if you get a bleeding nose, you're sorted. You know, no one will even tell. But Tonga, on the other hand, they have got themselves a white kit for this one. Takaloa hasn't lined up that one. Someone in the crowd has got an ear horn that they did blow when he took on the 3 points, which I feel like is a little bit petty into this game, but nonetheless at this stage it is going to be taken nicely there. Near the touchline, Walter Fafita now just trying to run over the top. It's a good carry. And Freddie Stewart was able to drag him down. Now it is going to be once again Tonga while trying to march their way forward. It's Lapeti Tamani now. Hamish, your birthday is coming up soon, isn't it, as well? Says Katie Dixon. It is indeed 2nd of December. So we're less than a month away as well. Is that when you got a blood nose as well? Says McKenna. And also, you didn't send the cones to the Flash Call admins by mistake, did you, as well? And also, we have got there. How many people did Ben Tamefuna eat in his lifetime? I feel like if we're talking like people worth, like I'm sure he hasn't consumed any real people, but in terms of the weight of a person, how many times he consumes that, he probably goes through like a person a week, a month. Surely it's like maybe one person every 2 months or so they would end up, like in terms of the weight of a person, they would eat in food as well. They kicked it round the corner as well. Who keeps missing conversions for England? Is this normal? As well? So sharp runner was actually Henry Slade. He does decently for the Exeter Chiefs, but unfortunately hasn't been kicking too well here, but both from the sideline, so they haven't really been too easy. Yes, nose bleeding, eyesight gone. Couldn't remember the names of his wife and kids as well. Says Sebastian there, and also we have got there, if he had some cones, maybe they'd start to gear as well. And also, good morning, all, says David David. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. At this stage, Spain are winning their game up against Fiji after 36 minutes, 13 points to Spain, 12 to Fiji. This game, we are 18 minutes in at this stage, and 10 points to England, and 0 to Tonga as well. We have got there Tonga normally in red and England in white. Did I end up in a parallel universe? It is weird because of the fact that Tonga are the away side here. So I would have thought, I guess it's because of the fact maybe they're not allowed to wear their away kit. Oh, sorry, not allowed to wear their home kit away, but then they wore it up against Scotland. Takalui struck that one nicer. And now at this stage, it is going to be 3 points to Tonga and 10 to England as well. Hey, Tonga will win the fight, though, as well, says McKenna. And also, we have got the morning brother as well from Sebastian. And yeah, it is going to be interesting to see how this game goes. But 10 points was how many England had. 3 for Tonga, 2 missed conversions attempted by England, and then the 1 miss from Takalua a little bit earlier on. Hey, buddy, how you do? And also, love to see the Tongan flags waving around in Twickers as well. And McKenna has said yes there as well. That one is a long kickoff, and Takalua taking it nicely inside of the 22, offloads it now. And it looks like they are going to be setting up for themselves to be able to get a kick going. We have got there. What colours did Wales and South Africa wear? Because now there is no green and red in the same game as well, says Novmum. Oh, that's a good question, because I know that originally South Africa, they actually changed their kit, and it was kind of a little bit more of an artsy design, and everyone hated it. Like, they actually ended up saying, you know what, it's just going to be a training kit because you guys have destroyed this one in terms of on social media. So it's a very good question in terms of what it is going to be. A little knock on there from England, and now it is going to be the scrum feed for Tonga. Once again, we have got their morning brother from Steve Smith, and also Ireland wore purple. Loads of people made points about that. New Zealand should try something else rather than black and white as well, says Kana Coin. And also we've got there the stance as calves, chef's kiss as well, says Dwayne there. And also we have got their Tonga nails difficult penalties when while England can't even convert as well, says Sharp Brown. And also we have got their Tonga was the birth island of the name Lomu, or of the late Lomu. And AB's great as well, says their mate Shoy. And also interesting, England is deploying the Springbok aerial game, which the entire UK criticised to be a boring game plan as well. Says Springbok. I'm excited to see the battle between the Springboks and Wales, because of the fact that Wales in that game up against the All Blacks, they didn't really get too many opportunities with the ball in hand. And I don't think the Springboks will give them much of the ball at all in this fixture as well. But then when you've got the likes of a Reece Samet marking up with Makazole Mapimpi out on that wing, like that's one of those battles that after the game, I'm probably just going to watch those two throughout the whole match as well. Tonga are on the scoreboard as well, says Sebastian. There they are indeed. And now at this stage, they are going to be using their backline once again, driving their way forward. Henry Slade just run over by it was Vienu. 40 metres out at this stage. Takalua offloading a back, big contact. Have some of that for Fafita. That was a massive hit from Tom Curry at number 8. Now it's going to be Solomon Kata. Quick feet from that man, finds the offload as well. And now Tonga's still going to continue to try and drive their way forward. It was Carter. It was actually Taumapu who did get the carry there. But now once again, it is Tamani. I have to look down at a few of these names just to make sure that my pronunciation isn't terrible. Little kick in behind there. And it's going to be a hard chase. But now kicking it back, it is going to be Freddie Stewart. Good kick in behind as well. And it's into the 22 for Kurt Maraff to kick it for the touchline. Oh, that was extremely late. He was taken out there. That was extremely late. They're just going to be checking this one, but that was extremely late. He kicked the ball and he was almost finished the kick in action. And then he got whacked, but they are just showing there. Furbank was trying to stop the big man, but it was going to be very tough to do indeed. Jeez, the Tongans are running hard at the line, that is for sure. England won their only World Cup with only penalties, but that was not boring as well. Says Sharp Brain, they haven't actually gone back to check that one, so they have said that it is all right, I believe. But Tom Curry now going to be tackled just inside of the half of England at this stage. Once again, Youngs goes back into the hands of Furbank now. Pearson the line, going for it. Furbank, he's back in the pace as well. Still running sideways, Furbank. He is dragged down though. At this stage, finds the offload back to Henry Slade. He is taken down as well by Tonga, but they are under a lot of pressure here. Tom Curry now playing halfback. Is it back to Atoje? Sinclair, one more out the back line to Lords, the Northampton Saints representative for England. Getting on the ball. They have got the penalty advantage though. Where's the ref from as well? It's a good question. I didn't actually see where he was. He kind of looks English, but I assume he's not. Wales. Okay, he's from Wales. There's nothing awesome. Moana Pacifica are going to be immense here. They've got a very strong side that they are building up. The magnificent specimens of man as well. And Craig Evans from Wales as well, says Sebastian. And also we have got there, chip and chase is the way. Avoid hard contact with these lads. And ref is from Wales as well, says Novmum there. Oh yeah, this stage now it is going to be the line out for England. Only 5 meters out here once again. And maybe Jamie George, he might be able to get himself close to a hat trick. But now at this stage, for you guys who are curious about the other fixtures that are taking place, currently the game between Spain and Fiji is sitting 12 points to Fiji, 13 to Spain, so they are leading. And then Portugal versus Canada, 10 points to Portugal, 5 to Canada at halftime. So 2 close games in that regard. And this one's pretty close at the moment as well, unless, of course, Jamie George can get this one straight into the hands of Maro Atoje, and then the Saracens players, they go to work. Oh, behind the jumper is the call. So that is actually going to be a penalty to Tonga there. And England should go for lineouts because their fly half can't kick as well, says Shark Brain. Although it is actually the number 13, Henry Slade, who is doing the kicking for this one. J-Mo George as well, says Katie there. And also we have got there. Nice to see England up, but surprised to see them leading, not by much. Tonga must have a strong defensive line as well, says Wolf Song there. Yeah, it's one of those ones. The Tongan physicality is something that England, they have been matching decently throughout this one, but you still see when Tonga get the ball in hand, they just charge. They don't do that, of course, that's illegal, but they just go for it at the line. Like we saw the likes of Tame Funa just trying to drive straight over everyone, and I think England's pace will kind of lead them to a few more points in the later stages of this one as well. Referee for Ireland versus Japan is from Georgia. I thought he was pretty good as well, says Kanakoinen. So I am going to be watching that game back because I did have it running at the same time as the All Blacks versus Italy, just so I could keep everyone updated with the scores. Same with the Fiji versus Spain game that is going on at the moment. Now it's going to be the rolling maul here for Tonga. They are just outside of their 22, and they have been told to use it once. It looks like Takaloa once again going to be looking to the sky, and that is a good box kick there. It's going to be very close to the touch line, taken nicely though by Adam Radwan, and now offloading it into the hands of Stewart. Yeah, anytime Adam Radwan is stolen there by Tonga in the breakdown, and now they are driving their way forward. 50 meters out of the moment here, and they are going to be working hard on it. It was Tamoki who was able to get that one, I believe. Takaloa now going back. It's going to be kicked high by, it was Kurt Maraf. It's going to be just outside of the 22, taken beautifully though by Adam Radwan, who is wrestled to the ground by Vienu. This stage now, it is going to be England just outside of their own 22, going to the short side now. Or Furbank, hard contact on him, straight on the ball, but it's a penalty there. Solomoni Kata just puts the hands down on the ground, and that is why he has penalised. I'm very well, brother. Oh, I'm well, brother. So there's so much rugby on. I'll be lucky to go to bed by tomorrow afternoon. 2 committed as well, says Steve Smith. Yeah, that's the thing. Like last night, the thing that I did that I think was strategic so that I won't be too tired throughout these live streams is I actually ended up staying up till about, I think it was 11 a.m. last night. I ended up watching the game between La Rochelle and Bordeaux. And while I was doing all the lineups and everything and studying flat out for these matches as well. But yeah, it is going to be an interesting one to see how far through the night I get before I start kind of dipping, I guess you could say. But I feel like I wake up like straight away. There's a weird patch for myself. Jamie George with the line out throw, uncontested there by Tonga. And now this state it is going to be once again Henry Slade breaking through Takaloa. Great low tackle there though. Manu Tuolangi with the knock on. And now it is going to be Tame Funa using the back line here. Fourth. It will be Tonga once again trying to march their way forward. So at this stage, they have still got the penalty advantage as well. Takaloa passes it back now into the hands of Tamani. the high carry there, but he's going to be dragged down by Tom Curry, who's a very physical fella. Come on, England as well, says Leyland there. And also go Tonga and have Baraka Hamish as well, says McKenna. Give me back my BB bounce, as the ad says as well. But yeah, this stage, I feel like it's weird. As soon as I get tired, it lasts for like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden I'm like wide awake again. From the overtired side of it, that's going to be a high kick there from Takaloa, lined up nicely by Adam Rav1. Let's running it sideways now. Henry Slade looking for the 50-22. The first time we have seen that attempted, and that's a brilliant kick from Henry Slade. Oh, it hasn't gone out though. Oh, it's almost a knock on, was it? No, it all went backwards. And Vianu has been able to kick that one way downfield. It was almost a brilliant kick from Henry Slade, but now Radwan once again going to be running it back. The pace that that man has. Stewart's got a bit of size to it, and he has been dragged down 40 metres out from the line now. Scotland, or not Scotland, Tom Curry is what I was trying to say. I almost said his brother Scott. Now this stage, Tuolangi getting close to the line, 10 metres out here for England now. Once again, back across field. Mara Toche does not have the headgear at the moment. I believe he ripped it off a little bit earlier on. Tonga trying to counteract, not able to. Youngs now goes back to Furbank, out to Henry Slade, drawing pass here. Jamie George gives it to Stewart. One more, almost an interception, and it's going to be Johnny May in the corner. Does the big dive, puts it down. And England score once again. We have got there so close as well, says Wolfgang. Let's go, England. We got the ball rolling, or we got to get the ball rolling. Jamie George was able to score the last try. This time, Johnny May has been able to get himself over the line for the first time in this fixture. 28 minutes in for this game, and they have been able to do so. We have got their let's go as well, says Leyland. And also, La Rochelle did so well against an extremely tough side in Bordeaux. Love that game. I didn't know you stayed up to watch it as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, I was too tempted because of the fact that I knew that I was going to be up all night tonight. So I decided that I should probably try and get some sleep during the day type thing. That was a nice bit of drawing past there. Manu Tuolangi down the wing. And then from there, just use the step, breaking through the tackle with Takaloa, and then just running straight at. And it was actually Kurt Marafi was able to drag him down, but then quickly recycled by England out their back line. Henry Slade gave it to Jamie George. A little bit of a juggle from Stewart, just enough skill to be able to pass it off to Johnny May. And it is the try as well for England. And Johnny May, he tried to get plenty of height on that one. Oh, that seemed like a good celebration at the time for Johnny May doing the big jump, but I feel like he landed right where you don't want to land, on a kind of sensitive area. So hopefully he hasn't winded himself too badly there, Johnny May. He'll certainly need a drink after that one. 29 minutes in, though, and England have been able to score their third try of this match. Now, Henry Slade, can he convert? He hasn't been able to get any over quite yet, but maybe this is the time as well. Let's go Tonga as well with the Tongan flags from Johnny Blaze there. Henry Slade, easiest kick of the night, but it's still not completely easy for him at this stage. 32 metres out, 0 from 2 tonight. Interesting haircut we have got there. Nice to see Johnny still on the wing carrying us home as well, says Will Song. Yeah, I said it at the start of the live stream as well. One of the players that some people still underrate him as a winger, but he's just phenomenal. Oh, Henry Slade, he's just snuck that one inside of the right hand upright. So that is now going to be, it will be Flash scorer having a shocker. They have given them 18. It's actually 17 points to England at the moment. Hopefully they correct that. So also we have got there. When I moved back over here, Tongan boys did the moving. One guy picked up a three-seater sofa bed and put it on his shoulder in London. It took 4 guys, 6 attempts to lift the thing. Saplings as well, says Daria. And also Falcons, Gloucester, and Saracens with a try each as well, says Sebastian. Do let us know, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, who is going to be the Gallagher Premiership side that has the most tries scored throughout this fixture. We will remember, of course, Marcus Smith coming off the bench later on for the Harlequins, although not really too many Harlequins representatives they have got at the moment. Although you could also say Alex Dombrandt, perhaps, in the later stage, is going to be stolen there by Tonga. And at this stage, little knock on, so it's going to be the scrum feed Tongan horsepower as well, says it was Johnny Blaze. And we have got the rose from Wolf Song as well. And it feels weird. I'll be honest, seeing England in red is something we don't really ever see. And they are wearing it at the moment. They've also got the blue strip kind of down the side. Maybe a little bit of a tribute to the Union Jack, I guess, is where that colour would come from as well. But I will mention anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be back with more and more rugby. The next game that we are covering on the channel is going to be kicking off in an hour and a half's time. And it will be South Africa taking on Wales in what promises to be a very, very exciting fixture. So if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. And we are on the road to 500 subscribers, which we are hoping to hit by the end of the night here in New Zealand. So we've got 2 live streams after this one. Now off the back, Tom Curry trying to break through the tackle with Takaloa, but he has been able to drag him down. The stage now, it is going to be available for England. Ben Youngs puts up the high ball, and it looks like chasing this one nicely. Johnny May takes it all. Okay, he's taken it, but he looks like he's well and truly winded himself. Maybe even knocked himself out cold. Johnny May here. Okay, looks like he's all right. They were trying to hold his neck still, and he was kind of shunting off the man, but I think he may have just ended up with his back being pretty painful, but it was taken by Johnny May. He fell awkwardly as well. These autumn international games keep you awake, though. A bit of adrenaline in my eyes as well, says Steve Smith. And easily the Tigers, I believe, we will have the most by the end of the season as well, says Wolfsgang. They are just checking those ones to see whether or not Solomon Kata was challenging. It looks like he does this, which makes me a little bit worried, but they are going to be looking upstairs to see whether or not this will be a penalty or maybe a little bit something more for Solomon and Katia. They look nasty as well, says Nov Mum and Tigers are 8 from 8. It's not funny anymore as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, they're doing very nicely. And a legal contest both men on the year, says McKenna. Yeah, I feel like, unfortunately, for Solomon Kata, I think he just didn't quite end up getting the height that he wanted to, Solomon Kata. He was kind of willing to take it down there, whereas Johnny May went right up in the air. And we have got there, is he all right? And was it high? It wasn't high. It was just both men going for the ball. And he did end up taking him out in the air. Okay. So I believe it's just going to be a penalty here. No, okay, Solomon Kata is going to be going off the field for the next 10 minutes for him by the sounds of it. So that is unfortunate, but just didn't end up jumping as high as Johnny May. Johnny May won't be able to have kids after this game as well. Says Shark Brain. Well, the way he dived, just smacking down as well. Fair contest in the air, nothing malicious as well. It is unfortunate for Solomon Kata due to the fact that you could tell he was going for the ball. He didn't really look up, or he wasn't looking at Johnny May. He was just looking at the ball. It's just unfortunate that his, I guess, angle, you could say, like, I guess, how do I describe this? I've got hands. Right, so these are my hands, ladies and gentlemen. I'm now a hand model. This is Johnny May. Hello, I'm Johnny May. This one is Solomon Kata. Hello. So pretty much, Solomon Kata, which one was which? That's Solomon Kata. So he went in, and he was going for the ball like this. He was trying to claim it there, whereas Johnny May decided he would jump up a little bit higher and try and jump there. So because of it, both men were in the air. And it ended up with the contest in the air. I should have called slap ham as well. Slapped ham, says Jay Brandon. Also, we have got there in the chat as well. Oh, I wouldn't give that a yellow for that. Did he land on his head or on his neck? I think his head slightly hit the ground at the same time as his back did as well. And also, we have got there. That was pretty. That was Suck's penalty as well. Was enough. And now at this stage, Alice Genge offload to Mara Doge. They're holding him up, but he has put the ball down, and I believe that is going to be the try to Mara Doge. So the momentum may have just shifted in Hollywood as well, says McKenna there, but there does mean that England have been able to score the 4th try of the match, and it is going to be another Saracens player, Maro Atoje, who was able to score. He actually scored a try in his first game back for Saracens after having a little bit of a layoff after the British and Irish Lions tour, but he's been able to score it there. It was just a missed tackle for England, or sorry, for Tonga, that then opened up the gap. Alice Genge just going for it. The big man just bomb fast straight over the top of someone. Offload to Mara Atoje, and then it was going to be that one. Fair enough then, lovely as well. And time left, says El Diablo. And also we have got there 33 minutes gone in this first half, and still going to be another 9 minutes left of this yellow card as well. 7 minutes to halftime, and a beautiful to hear as well, says Wolf Song. And 1 Falcons, Gloucester 1, and Saracens 2 as well for the try scorers of England. And that's the thing. We're going to get to see some very good fixtures. Oh, hand was on the shoulder for me as the call there. So they are going to keep that one as being awarded. Now, what I will show is I will show England's fixtures that are coming up very soon, because there's a lot to be excited about when you see who they are going to be playing next. Australia. Big rivalry, 6:30 a.m. We are going to be covering that game on the channel. And also, then they have got the World Cup final rematch between them and South Africa. So it should be awesome to see how that one goes. By then, not sure whether or not Farrell will be back for that game, which means that Marcus Smith has got that opportunity of being able to really get going. But at this stage, 24 points as well. It has slapped Ham still on the park, mate, as well. I'm not too sure what that is, Shark Brain, I'll be honest. Also, we have there may be enough time to see a penalty as well, says Wolf Song. And also Blood Bar Film coming in. Can't wait for Australia as well, says Wolf Song. And also Oof says it crazy and there on Wallabies and the Springboks. Holy F, says Sebastian. Yeah, it's going to be a good tour, that is for sure, for themselves. It's going to be tough to be honest, they will have a little bit of a struggle in maybe one of those games, but it's just going to be exciting. Like, you can't not love it, the fact that it's going to be at Twickenham in front of like 70,000 people for that game between them and the Wallabies, and then also the week after the Springboks. If you guys are in England and you have got the ability to get tickets if they aren't already sold out, go for it, because I can tell you one thing, and that is that atmosphere will be absolutely insane for those games as well. That one was kicked for touch by it was Furbank, who was slotting in at number 10 for the start in this one. Then Marcus Smith off the bench in this game as well. But at this stage, Spain are actually still winning their game up against Fiji, 13 points to 12. And then the other game that was taking place, Portugal winning 10-5 over Canada. Going to the front there for Tonga. First receiver, it is going to be Taumapu. Once again, that is a name that doesn't quite roll off the tongue as nicely as I'd like it to, but, we will work on it in the future. Takalua now got this one 45 metres out at the moment from their line, and Kurt Maraf, little ball on the inside, nicely run by it was the number 13. Get back up going again, Higano, but it's a penalty to England. Oh, don't imagine England losing at home to the Box as well. And also we've got the ELB Mad Max Thunderdome as well. Now it's taken quickly. Henry Slade backing himself down the wing, not quite in the touch though. So now it's still available. Johnny Hill regathering. Fafita putting pressure in the breakdown, but now still available. Courtney Laws offloads it to Tom Curry. I almost called him Scotland earlier due to the fact that his brother is called Scott Curry, and I watched him play for the Sale Sharks not long ago. That's going to be an interception, but now at this stage it's 15 versus 15. Vaienu back in the pace, steps on the inside, turning him inside out, still going to the corner, and he drops it. He drops it. Vaienu, a metre short. Courtney Laws, what a tackle. What a tackle that is from Courtney Laws. And now it looks like Vaienu was injured, but he had Freddie Stewart turning inside, outside, inside, outside. He was turning all over the place, but Courtney Laws, the big man, just didn't stop chasing. Henry Slade throws the intercept pass, which went straight into the hands of Vaienu, and he was off. He was back in his base, but Freddie Stewart, great cover defense to be able to challenge him. Steps on the inside, steps on the outside. That was just enough time for Courtney Laws to get back there and stop that one as well. Nice one, Courtney, says Wolf Song. And also we have got there, so what's the haps with your birthday, Amish? As well, says David. Oh, it's a good question. I don't think I've got any plans. I'll probably end up doing a live stream or something, to be honest, as well. And yeah, Spain have a very good defense on the line, so they've ended their lead as well. Brilliant from Courtney Laws. That is for sure. Come on, score as well, says Steve Smith. And England versus Wallabies coming up in the Rugby Ashes series, coming up in the cricket. That's going to be pretty awesome as well. Oh, that would have been epic as well, said off Mum. And also Courtney Laws is a lock forward. What's he doing on the wing, mate, as well, says Shark Brain. First test as England captain as well, and he is showing the boys, just put in this much effort, boys, and we'll be good to go. Big court's mouth as well, says Johnny Blaze there. But Vaienu is still down, which is not good to see. First appearance for Tonga since the World Cup in 2019. And also we have got their nice one, Courtney, as well. And from McKenna in the chat as well. And Dwayne is not too happy with that one, but it was brilliantly covered. It's good to see now Vaienu is back to his feet, and you can hear the round of applause from the crowd as well. He does always have his mouth open, doesn't he, Johnny Blaze? I'm just looking at him now, and it's always just a little bit open. Easier to breathe that way. I will mention anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe as well. Courtney is a girl's name as well, says Steve Smith. Yeah, I'm sure. I feel like he's probably heard that quite a bit, hasn't he? But then he probably just runs over anyone who says it as well. At this stage, did very nicely to start that one as well. Oh, I forgot it was England versus South Africa for the cricket test. Oh, wait. You meant the Ashes as well, says Wolf Song. Yeah, at this stage, South Africa, they were actually able to get themselves a decent amount of runs. 190 England will require in their 20 overs for that fixture as well, but we are going to be looking at it as well. And Lyle says Steve Smith there. Now 5-metre scrum here for England, and they are only a few metres out from their line. Like I mentioned, the Tongan yellow card, they will still have it for a few more minutes here. At this stage, Fiji, Ben Volival are going to be taking on the 3 points, which will actually give them the lead in that fixture up against Spain. That has been very close. Or actually, they scored a try, so they are in the lead anyway. Shannon Frizzell as well, says Johnny Plays. That's just a little bit early from Tonga in the front row. So now it is going to be the free kick in favour of England. Oh, they've gone scrum again. Tame Funa, he's a little bit confused. He's wondering what's happening. Are you calling me a woman as well? Boom, I can just imagine Courtney saying this as well. Says, well, so yeah, I can't really imagine any bloke walking up to a man like that and tell him he has a girl's name as well. Says Sebastian, it's like one of those ones, like people with tattoos, right? you don't go up to someone with a tattoo and be like, that tattoo's a bit girly, isn't it? Like, I feel like you're just asking, like, hey, do you want to give me a concussion? Like, is that on the cards? And I feel like a lot of them will give you more than a concussion, to be honest, if you were like, oh, your tattoo's a bit, did a 5-year-old do your tattoo, or what happened there? But yeah, you just I guess you don't approach him with that maybe girl's name, but we'll smack you in half as well, says Aldo. Come on, VG. There's Tony, a big push there, but England win the penalty now. They have done very nicely there at scrum time. Ben Tamefuna under pressure from Alice Genge in that one, but I'm excited to see how the second half goes at this stage. 24 points to England, 3 for Tonga, not driving straight as the call, and Fiji leading their game up against Spain, 19 points to 13. And the tattoo analogy as well says, greet the sacred cow. Oh, it hasn't found touch, though, from England. And now it is going to be, once again, Voyenu backing himself. Nice step there. He has been dragged down, or straight on the ball, though. Curry, has he got it? Yes, he does. And it's going to be the penalty to England now. Only 1 or 2 meters into their half there. Takalua not too happy. Doesn't want to give up the ball. Time off. Oh, Sam Underhill's down. Okay, that is not good. Sam Underhill, is it the shoulder or is it the face? I think it's the shoulder here, the left-hand shoulder. But he's also got the eyes closed at this stage. I think he's in a lot of pain. I really hope he's not injured, because he has been one of those players that you don't want to lose as well. Courtney Laws is 2 meters tall as well. Says that sharp brain. And also we have got their Fiji scored. Good for them anyway. As well says Will Song. And also we have got their 40 minutes yet. As well says Al Diablo. We are sitting at 39 at this stage. Oh, that doesn't look too good for Sam Underhill. He kind of looks like he's really hunching at the moment. Out for 2 months last January to March with a hip injury. He has only just come back. We don't want to see him out again. Missed most of the Six Nations. Tell you what, someone didn't make the shirt that well, though. His literal badge of the rose is almost coming off at this stage. Underhill is my favourite England player. Such a beast as well. He is indeed. Oh, geez, tell you what, he almost got absolutely decapitated there, the Fijian, by the Spanish cover defence. And we have got there from Katie Dixon in the chat as well. At this stage, Eddie Jones, they're having a bit of a chat here, trying to decide maybe if they're going to make the sub now. Speaking of tattoos, Big Show has a tiger tat on his arm, just in case he didn't look intimidating enough as well. Says that Sebastian also, we've got there Anthony Sabod up in the coaching box as well. Says that Johnny Blaze. But nonetheless, while we are looking at this English side, is he staying on? He might be. If he stays on, then that will be very impressive from the man. But I will show you guys who the bench is for this match as well for them, just in case they do decide to use it. They have got Alex Dombrandt as a very good option, maybe even Yules, depending on where they decide to put certain people. They can kind of reshuffle them a little bit if they do need to. But yeah, very good players on the bench here for England in the later stages. That's not even talking about Marcus Smith, who will be lurking ready to go. He has got a little bit of an injury, which is why he is only coming off the bench rather than starting this one. England has a proper number 8 on the bench as well. Says Shark Brain there. And also we have got there in the chat as well, Eddie doesn't really think why put a recently injured player against a large Tongan side. Yeah, it is an interesting choice. But now Jamie George going to the short side. Now it's going to be Ben Youngs backing himself. He's over. And that's the try to Ben Youngs just on the halfway line. And now, because of it, it is going to be the try. And now Sam Underhill testing out the shot. Oh, no, sorry, it's Alex Genge who's trying to crush Ben Youngs. But it is going to be another try there. And we will go like this as well. So now Ben Youngs adding his name to the try scorers list. In this one, we will go like this, and we will go like that. In the 40th minute, England score their 4th try of this fixture. It was a good line out. Jamie George throwing it straight into the hands of Maro Itoje. They would have practiced that many, many times, not just for England, but for Saracens as well throughout the Gallagher Premiership. Then breaks off to the short side. Then Ben Youngs just backs himself. And when you've got Johnny May on the outside, you can't afford not to mark him. And that is why Youngs, he knew that, and he cut back on the inside, went through the gap, and scored himself the try as well. Throw a live stream birthday party. We will all tune up and sing a song, or have a sing song. As well as Dadia there, and Jake the Muss playing Steady Eddie as well. And Morrison is one hell of a great actor as well. Says greet the sacred cow. And yeah, he's just got a massive Alice Genge on him, telling him how good he is. And also we have got their Saracen times 2 there. And also some Falcons 1, Gloucester 1, and the Tigers now adding their name to the list. Yeah, lads, come on as well. And she might get upset as well. Says it was Steve Smith there. And also we have got the man in the chat, and the shorter guy on the pitch has now scored as well. Says that Shark Brain. So there you go. Yeah, it's one of those ones that it doesn't matter how tall you are. Just ask Chisel and Colby if it matters how tall you are. Fiji have actually scored themselves another try in that game. So now starting to run away with it up against Spain as well. And also we have got their JK in the chat from Steve Smith. But anyone who is wondering at the moment, in all of the other fixtures that we have got happening around the world, not just for rugby. The cricket's still going on between the two sides, South Africa and England. That's a huge fixture as well. Struck nicely, struck away to the side though for Slade. So once again, failing to convert. 29 points at the moment for England and 3 to Tonga. We always got their Slade boy is having a Bowden Barrett on the kicking tee as well. And also keeps it interesting as well. Says it all song there, but now at this stage, Eddie Jones, he is looking not happy, but not completely angry either, I guess, which is probably a good thing for that man. But at this stage, it is halftime. 29 points for England in this game and 3 for Tonga as well. What we will do is we will quickly give you an update of the scores in the other fixtures that are happening around the world. So it is going to be 26 points to 13 for Fiji in the game over Spain. Portugal versus Canada is still sitting 10 points to Portugal, 5 for Canada. So that one could actually go either way in the later stages. Maybe it's the mullet as well, says Dwayne, and I'm hungry. See you in the second half, mate. As well, says Sharp Brain. And also we have got there, the movie is called The Brighton Miracle, made in 2019 as well. Says Mokina there, but at this stage we have got ads happening in my eardrums. A little bit of tennis. How many of you guys remember it was the Rainbow Cup final between Benetton and also the Bulls, and we were ready to go for that one, and they decided to show tennis rather than the rugby that they had scheduled. So I had to find a new way of watching it pretty much on the spot. Very strange. Usually Slade nails the kicks for the Chiefs as well, and Eddie is like a white Kanye West, never smiles on camera as well. Says also there, but also for you guys who are wondering about other fixtures that have been happening around the world, Racing 92 have just kicked off. They will not have Kurtley Beale, though, due to the fact that he is going to be with the Australian side. Oh, okay, I've got some results here. Stade Francais lost their game to Montpellier, so that is a massive upset there. And also Pau able to get the win over Biarritz. Toulouse able to win up against Perpignan, as well as their other game that did happen. But yes, Stade Francais losing to Montpellier in the final moment of that game, I believe. Yeah, they did end up with another try against them. I'm looking through every time Stade Francais play. I look through to see whether or not none of them Mape scores a try. He never does. You know, he's there, but he just doesn't get one. Unfortunately, I remember that as well, says David. And also I remember the Benetton versus Bull shocker as well, says Sebastian there. But yeah, it was rather unfortunate when we did just have to sit there and wait and see whether or not we were going to be able to get a game going. Also, Premiership Rugby, for anyone who is wondering at this stage, it is going to be Bristol leading Worcester 13 points to 5, and Saracens winning 27 points to 3 over the London Irish. So they're having a very good one. Ben Earl being able to score. Seagun has got 2, and Wollenscroft, who is the other man who's playing at 2, replacing Jamie George, I guess, while he is on international duty. He is the man who is there for that as well. But I will mention anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. All the support you guys have been showing to the Kiwi Lads Sport channel, while the Kiwi Lads main channel has been in limbo, I guess you could say there. But yeah, hopefully we can get that channel back up and running in a very short moment, because we have got plenty planned as well. We have also got there. Mick Brown has said Eddie Jones, like other England managers, wants to praise Welsh players. Prize Welsh players away from the best rugby team in the Northern Hemisphere. Not successful in the last attempts as well, says Mick Brown. And do you happen to know the score for that cricket between South Africa and England? I do indeed. I will get that up for you right now, because of the fact I know that South Africa were able to get 189 off the bat, and England were going to require a reasonable total to be able to chase it down. England, after 4.1 overs, are sitting 38 for none at this stage in their game. So I will keep you guys updated on that one as well. We are doing a multi-sports, multi-thing at the moment. It was almost like, you know, when SpongeBob goes imagination and there's a rainbow. I can't edit that well, so we just have to imagine. I can put a fish behind me. That's kind of a weird topic. Seriously, it would be like running into a concrete wall. So we'll see how the second half goes with all the first half injuries. And lovely, thank you, mate, as well, says Will Song. And also, London Irish are getting the bottoms kicked as well. And Eddie Jones, just the clown, never will win a World Cup like head coach as well, says Drisley. And also, y'all, I freaked myself out. I kept reading the articles and announcements about current and former rugby players being diagnosed with head injuries. One of them, Maxi, one was on Maxi, another on Carl Heyman as well, says Katie Dixon. And also, it's just so sad for them all as well, says Katie. Yeah, it is one of those ones that back in the day, they didn't really have the technology that they have now in terms of being able to diagnose. Like, that's the thing. Gallagher Premiership, they have mouth guards now that have a microchip in it that tells you when you've had too much head contact. So it's one of those ones that, like, it's a dangerous sport, but hopefully they find ways of slightly making it a little bit safer as well. Watching England versus South Africa, and Jason Roy has gone out with an injury as well, says Ball. So that is not good news for England, sitting at the stage. 38 for none is where they were sitting, but I assume that will become 38 for 1 for retired Hurd or something along those lines. And also we have got there, let's go Tonga from Johnny Plays. And also, yeah, I'm currently watching the MotoGP along with 3 other rugby games as well, says Will Song. And would be interesting if we sign some Six Nation players for Super Rugby, like how some of our players go up north. Yeah, I know that our I believe it's Wasps are a team that really, and also Harlequins both feed into the New Zealand kind of domestic competition, and they kind of have a little bit of a trading type thing. And I know it's here in the chat with the Tongan flags as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. It is great to have you here for this one. Here's some rainbows as well. Hopefully I don't look too cam with this comment as well. Says that Sebastian also Drizzle the Goat. Says that Dwayne there in the chat. But yeah, hopefully the second half will end up with a try for Tonga. I said that they were scored 2-3 in this matchup. They had a yellow card, and in the end, that yellow card for Solomon Kata, which is a player who will be able to make an impact if he does get the opportunity. But Fiji at the moment in their game, making a bit of an impact here up against Spain, which I feel like their game is actually going very slow in terms of the clock, but that is probably benefiting Fiji just to be able to keep on going in that regard. But we will look through at some match stats to do with this one. 52% possession for England in that fixture so far for the first half. 9 defenders beaten, 3 clean breaks as well, compared to Tonga's 48% possession, 4 defenders beaten and 1 clean break. But it is going to be it's going to be 5 tries for England. If they scored 52 in this fixture, I don't think that's physically possible. I guess it is, but I don't think we've ever had it at international rugby level anyway. But 37 tackles made so far by Tonga, 11 missed tackles compared to the 32 tackles made by England with 5 missed tackles as well. The discipline side, Tonga given away 9 penalties compared to England only giving away the 4 as well. So discipline will be important for Tonga in the second half if they do want a chance. We have got their South Africa scored 191 for 1, and England is on 38 for none, 4th over as well, says Bell. And by the way, if you ICC, although I will say, Bell, it isn't actually ICC. It's another YouTube channel who do commentary that decided to copyright strike us so that we didn't kind of affect their viewership. So that is actually what happened behind the scenes. So it wasn't actually ICC. They didn't actually strike us. It was actually another YouTube channel who decided to try and take us down. We have got their 189 runs for South Africa. That's a tough target to chase as well, said Sebastian. Yeah, it's certainly going to be a fast-paced game, I would think, with the way that South Africa were able to start for their one. So I'd say Jason Roy will have to, unfortunately, since he is out, Josh Butler, will have to really go for it as well. I'm watching the England versus South Africa game and the Dubai 6-hour race as well, says Bell, because of course at this stage, the women's game was actually playing as well between France and South Africa, and I'll quickly see whether or not I have got the result for that game for you guys as well. But at this stage, there is heaps of rugby, heaps of sport happening at the moment. Let's hope it's as close as it was the last time England faced New Zealand during the last championship as well. Says Wolf Song, tell you what, that had a lot of Kiwis on the edge of the seat. Anyone wondering about the France versus South Africa women's game, it was actually 43 points to 3 for France. So they have had a very good win there. That's for sure. We have got there in the chat as well. Eddie got Japan to beat South Africa and England to beat the All Blacks, but couldn't get Australia to win as well, says McKinnon. Also, Owen Farrell never plays with a smile, totally miserable as well. That's why I like supporting Scotland. They always play with smiles and just love and play in the game as well, says Steve Smith. And I feel like these live streams today, I have had a smile pretty much the whole time. I feel like just the fact that we're back to back to back to back, you could build a sandcastle. Not sure why, but yeah, not sure where that came from. I think I was thinking along the lines of, for a sandcastle, you need multiple buckets, and these buckets are the games that are happening. So I could build a big castle out of my buckets. We'll go with that. Why not? It's only 5:23 a.m. It's got there really well. I apologize to the ICC, but the other YouTuber as us says, Bell, yeah, it is very unfortunate. They ended up taking, I guess, because of the fact that they've got a huge channel as well. They're actually over 300,000 subscribers. So it's why do you need to take out the little fella when you could just end up, just improve your own videos if you're worried about it. Also, we have a European nation showing up, the European 2 slot for the Rugby World Cup qualifiers. Plenty of competition as well, says Dwayne there. And also we have got there, oh God, it was such a breath of fresh air to watch an England game without Farrell as well. Lawn mowing service, says Sebastian. If we bring out merchandise, that needs to be the first thing that we have. I feel like that is a guarantee. And also, I just started watching Scottish Shinty, and those guys get angry as well there in the chat as well. And also, we have got there in the chat, AB's better watch out for France as well. Yeah, I am not underestimating France at all. They are a solid side who can really cause some damage. Lord mowing service as well, says Katie Dixon there. And of course, that was on one of our Bunnings NBC live streams as well. And I just think if Shinty as Shinty as something like your American version of lacrosse as well, and I bet it's secretly owned by the ICC as well, says at BAL. I mean, yeah, it's a tricky one, but I believe after 10 business days, we will be able to get it back due to the fact that they won't have proof of kind of a lawsuit because there's nothing to sue. If they sued us, that would be very interesting to say the least. And also we've got that Farrell gets away with way too many high tackles as well. Says Wolf's Song as well. Yeah, he's had quite a few actually. I was going to say he's had a few in his time, but he has had a majority of any high shot that England have ever done, or Saracens to be fair as well. But yeah, it's just one of those ones. Maybe he'll sort it out at some stage. Maybe not though as well. We always got there. Marcus Smith is still on the bench. The world doesn't make sense anymore to me as well. And also the Scots are frustrated Warriors and will argue with a spoon as well. Says Tani out also. We've got there. I've never watched anything with like lacrosse before. But if it's anything like Shinty, it looks fun and angry as well. And Shinty is just an excuse for Scots to hit each other and get drunk after it. Also, we have got there. They are some of my favorite people on the whole planet as well. Says Katie Dixon there. But now at this stage, we are getting close to the second half. Getting back underway for this fixture. 15 minutes into the second half for England, Spain taking on Fiji. And also we have got their Tongan gamer. Has said, come on, Tonga, bro. I will ask you the question, mate. Who is going to score the first try of the match for Tonga in the second half? Do let me know. I am excited. I'm going to say Solomon Ikata. He's going to come off the bench, or he's going to come off from his yellow card, and he's going to score, is my prediction there, or rather get drunk during, as well, says BAL, and also, says Bell. No, sorry, it is BAL. And also it's bloody Eddie playing through South. Let the boys play as well. Says that Wolf score Wolf's song, and also Shinty looks like so much fun as well. Says Katie Dixon there. But yeah, this stage, hopefully, the second half, we're going to get to see some high scoring ones. Anyone who does want to know about the fixtures that took place a little bit earlier on today, Italy having a decent performance, very decent, in fact, 9 points for them, 47 to New Zealand, who did run away with it in the later stages. Ireland, massive win, 60 points to 5. Over Japan, which is just absolutely insane. Adam Rabwan in this game, scoring the first try of the match in the 3rd minute. Jamie George scoring the second. Johnny May able to score in the 28th minute. Mara Doge and Ben Young's closing it out with the 5 in the first half. I'd say one of the props as well, says Wolf's Song. So maybe Ben Tamefuna or Fisher Hoy might be the other one as well. Watch out, Big Storm is coming as well, says Thomas there. And it looks like ice hockey, but on grass as well, says Steve Smith there. And also they have got there in the chat as well. I'd say one of their props as well. And Scots, don't get hungover. They stay drunk, says about join. Ice hockey on grass is just hockey as well. And Mara Doja will get another try, says Leland. I feel like that is a decent shout in that regard. Else got there? Do they have any brown ref? Not for this match, I don't believe, but there have been a few, definitely kind of in the recent weeks. I believe we've seen quite a few. But I feel like that's a weird question to answer in terms of anything that I say sounds bad. But as long as they are picking like the best people for the job, I guess is all good. And in that case, some of them, I'm digging myself a hole. I don't know how to answer that one, Chris. I'm sorry. And also, we have got there. I think the fullback for Tonga might score the first try as well, says Tongan Gamer. Yeah, I feel like at the stage, Talusa Vienu, he almost scored himself one in that first half. So close to the line, yet so far away. It is going to be another try here for Fiji by the looks of it. And also, we have got there. I have a mate who hasn't had a hangover for 3 years. I genuinely believe he managed to stay drunk for that long as well. And I used to play in goal in hockey or field hockey, if you want as well, says BAL. See, I feel like back when I used to play, oh no, he actually ended up, did he score that? Or was the foot down there for the number 11 for Fiji? He might not have quite been able to get that one down by the looks of it. At the stage, halftime in this fixture, Portugal leading their game 15 points to 5. As another one, I love being Maro Doge. I've been loving Maro Doge recently. He's been brilliant in the recent Lions tour against South Africa as well, says Wolf Song. And yeah, soon as he came back from his rest period, after the British and Irish Lions tour, like he scored that first try up against, who did he score it up against? It was Saracens playing Bath, I think it was, and they just ran away with that game, and he was just phenomenal as well. And a woman ref in our men's test would be good to see. I believe the URC at this stage, they have had a couple, so hopefully one day we'll go through to it as well into the international level. I love being Mara Doge as well. Is it halftime, G, as well, says Tongan as well? It is indeed. So we have still got maybe about 3 minutes or so before the second half gets back underway for Tonga versus England. Yeah, it is. So at this stage, one try in the very last minute of that first half for Ben Youngs. But Tonga, they've been playing a physical game. Holly Davison, great woman ref as well, says it was Katie Dixon. And yeah, at this stage, it is going to be an interesting second half here because Tonga, we did see in the Scottish game, they didn't actually really slow down in the later stages, I didn't think. They were able to keep that pace going throughout, but now at this stage, England making their way back out onto the field alongside Tonga, and hi from Tom the Gamer as well. Welcome in to the live stream, mate. Hope you are doing well. Do let me know what you think the end score in this game is going to be. And yeah, hopefully it is a high-scoring one. It's probably like Australian football. As to me, I don't understand it as well. Says Steve Smith, and also we've got the women in rugby would be good, and I don't just mean afterwards in the locker room. This VAR, and also how much penalties have Tonga conceded. I believe it was 9 in that first half compared to the 4 of England. So the discipline's going to be very important. Solomoni Kata getting a yellow card in that first half. That is what led to the next try of the match happening pretty much straight away. And they might do a better job. Some of the men's refs are shocking as well, says Chris Co there. At this stage, it looks like it is actually going to be Sam Underhill staying on the sideline, which is a big hit for them. But it is the case of they are going to be bringing out Alex Dombrand by the sounds of it to be able to get the opportunity here. But at this stage now, England making their way back out onto the field, currently sitting 29-3 up. I'm definitely looking forward to the ladies playing tomorrow. England versus the Black Ferns. It is going to be a very exciting game. I believe it's on at the same time as the Wallabies taking on Scotland, which is a little bit of a shame because of the fact that it will be that overlap as well. Terry Boddington has said 76-12 as well. So that would be, I feel like at this stage, if England start the second half, you're probably not a mile off for that score, but they are showing Alex Dombrand now in the number 20 jersey, making his way out to the field. He will be excited. Very good player. Into the Gallagher Premiership. About time. Let's go, Alex, as well, says a Wolf song. And yeah, it's one of those ones. Simmons getting taken out of the English squad. I believe he's been brought back in now, if I'm not wrong, though. But it kind of seems to be that he's in, then he's out, then he's in, then he's out. Kind of like, I guess you could say, a dog on a wet day. Is that a thing? Do dogs like going outside in the rain? Probably. We'll go with that. But also, we have got their 45-13 as well. And also, morning. Oh, I'm hammered later, Hamish. Get calling, bro, as well, says McKenna. And also, we have got their in the chat as well. We have got there. I think that England will win it by 50, but Tonga will score 1 or 2 tries as well, says Tongan game man 45-13. But 20 then. Holly Davison is refreshingly stoic as well. And it's funny to watch the players beg for forgiveness when they actually crashed into her. But she can take a punch shell as well, says Katie Dixon. But that one has been kicked off by England. Takalua now at the back of the at the back of the maul. It's not a maul, it's a ruck. That's what it is as well. Like and share as well, says McKinney. You're the man. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on the slide stream. Also subscribe. How about some of that? It was Halefonua who was able to make the big tackle there. Now it's going to be Henry Slade trying to link up with the man on the outside, Manu Tuolangi. He's got a bit of pace, and he is going to be stepping as well. Great run from Manu Tuolangi, trying to go over the top of everyone. It's going to be Ben Young stakes it, and it's going to be slapped down. And now it's a counter-attack here. Walter Fafita offloads it close to the touchline, and he goes out there in the number 13, starting at a frantic pace, I should say, as well, and probably fun to play too as well. Says Steve there. Also, we have got their Red Roses versus Black Ferns, Wallabies versus Scotland, Romania versus Uruguay, all at the same time as well. And yeah, hopefully we will be able to watch at least 2 of those games. In fact, I can probably watch all 3 because of the fact that 2 of them will be on Sky and the other will be on the World Rugby website. So because of that, we will be able to watch multiple as well. Go Manu as well, says that Wolf Song, and also Tuolangi for the Samoan flag from Dwayne as well there. And New Zealand has lady referees for their provincial championship games as well, says MH Shaw. And also we have got there, do you think Holly Davidson's dad is a biker as well? Says that BAL is a biker. I'm not too sure. I don't actually know her family too well. Or I might have missed something there, maybe. If I'm not wrong, but they are showing Manu Tuolangi. What a unit of an individual. 4 carries so far, 44 meters made in 1 line break for him, and he has only touched the ball a few times. So just thinking in the future, if he gets a little bit more of a chance, he will be dangerous indeed. At this stage, Henry Slade kicking it for the corner, and 5 meters out, it will be the line out. Once again, we have got their Y, or they are unbelievably kind in the Highlands, which is the whole world away from Glasgow. Basically, if you like you, or if they like you, you are friends for life. If not, they just, you don't exist as well, says Dardia. And also we have got their joke detected full red alert as well. And also we have got there, only if Malakai Fekitoa doesn't get injured, it could have been a big difference in this game. Yeah, it is a shame because I was watching that game for the Wasps and they ended up losing, I think it was Tuamonga Allen a little bit earlier on in that game. And I was like, oh no, I'm losing all of my Kiwis because of the fact that anytime there's a Gallagher Premiership game, definitely for the Wasps, I'm like, oh, I actually know them quite well. The likes of Brad Shields, he got 2 yellow cards and then he was off the field. So I couldn't talk about him either. But then Malakai Fekitoa, the shoulder injury, it was just a big shame because of the fact that I know that he was very close to being able to get back into that Tongan side. So yeah, would have hurt big time for him, not just because of the pain of it as well. Oh, Harley Davidson, yeah, joke as well, says Bell. I probably didn't put that one together because of the fact that I was thinking in my head, a biker. Do I know any referees who have bikers as fathers? Like, I feel like it went straight over the top at this stage. But now at this stage, Tonga have got this one only 10 meters out from the line. Takaloa once again, looking like he is going to be passing this one back. Maybe looking to the short side, though. They may use the forwards It's the first yawn of the day, I should say as well. And also we have the group hug from Dwayne. And also I want to visit the Highlands so badly and hope they like me as well. And also we've got the Middle Welshman at Highland Rugby Club 2 weeks ago who was forever hopeful they will win over the ABs as well and try England as well, says El Diablo. So yeah, at this stage, I feel like you might be just a little bit ahead of myself. So if Tonga don't find the touchline here though, which they have. So it is going to be the line out here for Tonga, 45 metres out. So maybe they do get the still very soon group hug as well from Katie Dixon there in the chat. And also, do you think Tonga is going to score soon, says Tongan Gamer? I hope so. I feel like they were very close in that first half, definitely with Talusa Vainu. I think that's how you pronounce it, Vainu, I believe. And also, we have got the I'll stop thinking and just get on with the game as well, says BAL. Taken nicely there by Fafita. Now at this stage, they are going to continue to try and get that rolling maul going forward. It's going to be protected nicely by Tonga. And now at this stage, just inside of their own half, Takaloa going to be firing it back into the hands of Fafita once again. Has been running hard with the ball, but great low tackle on him by Courtney Laws. Getting a little bit of post-carry meterage though. And now Takaloa once again will be passing this one back. I don't think Tonga can afford to kick this ball away, because if they do end up kicking it back to England, that's where the counter-attack will come from. Takaloa now looking to the short side. Going to be in the hands of the big number 8. Is he a number 8? Jeez. If it's the guy who I thought it was, I thought he was a prop in the first half, but he is a very solid number 8. That is for sure. Tamefuna definitely solid as well, running forward. Now it is going to be offloaded back. Nicely backline movement opening up. Kurt Morath putting it in behind Solomon Cutter, not able to take it. And instead, Freddie Stewart now looking for the massive kick downfield. It's an awkward bouncing one, and Morath under a bit of pressure from Stewart here. And he has kicked it downfield, and that one has found the touchline as well. 1953 was the last time as well. And also we have got there, we love Kiwis up here, so they will as well, says Tanya. And also we have got there in the chat as well, a little bit earlier on, wow, that's before my mum was born as well, and Beersta was out for one as well. So England under a bit of pressure in the cricket by the sounds of it. At this stage, Fiji doing very nicely in their game up against Spain from being 10-0 down, now being in a decent position to be able to win that one with another try. But now at this stage, Henry Slade passes the ball back. Tom Curry now drawing pass, not quite working out. Almost taken by Walter Fafita. And now at this stage, they're actually going upstairs to see whether or not it was a deliberate knockdown, I believe here. And doesn't matter, you're an honorary Kiwi now, says Tanya there. And also we have got the American. Katie, I don't know what's happened in the last kind of 5 minutes or so. My yawns have started. We have got the PTSD with American sports as well. And also Katie watches any sport as long as it ain't American as well, says that BAL there. But now they are just going to be going upstairs to see whether or not Fafita knocked this one down on purpose. And if so, 14. I believe now it is going to be Walter Fafita off the field for the next 10 minutes. So they've lost their other winger now, Tonga. So that is something that hasn't been working out for them. And the problem is, if he had got 2 hands to it, I feel like he would have been able to run the length of the field and score the try. But unfortunately for him, they have said that he just ended up slapping it down. He only got the 1 hand to it. Sucks Walter Fafita not playing for Moana Pacifica as well, says Dwayne. Although they are still signing people. So hopefully we do get to see a few more big signings in the future as well. We also got there in the chat. Or actually, Wolfsong. Or sorry, it wasn't Wolfsong, was it? It was actually in the chat, Dwayne. Who is the player for Moana Pacifica that you're most excited to see? In fact, we'll ask everyone in the chat, who is the player for Moana Pacifica that you're like, oh, I really want to see them in Super Rugby? Do let me know. But now this one, it is going to be Henry Slade offload now to Tuolangi. They've been able to shut him down. Morath with the low tackle had to be made. Alice Genge now just steaming his way forward, trying to make his way through the tackle, but Tamani able to drag him down now once again. Looking to the left-hand side, Sinclair getting himself another carry. England looking like they're building up some very nice phases. Alex Donbrandt, first carry of the match for him. Tamefuna, though, able to steal it for Tonga. And now at this stage, it seems like they will be kicking this one downfield. I associate American sports with public humiliation just a little too much as well. So Scotty Dixon, and also now we are 61 for 2 in the 7th over as well. On target to get over 131. We need to avoid Pakistan in the semis as well, says BAL. Yeah, that is definitely important. Noria Famai for me as well, says Dwayne. Yeah, definitely going to be an exciting one to get to see. And I find it funny how they call most of their sports World Series, but only play against themselves as well. says Wilson, but now it is available, and Takalua looked like he was going to be kicking this one instead. Passes it off now to Lapeti Tamani. Solomoni Kata. It's cutting through the defence now, and he is going to be dragged down, though, by Mara Toje. 25 metres out at the moment. Takalua puts up the box kick. Going to be taken nicely by Stewart, running onto it nicely. Finds the offload of Tom Curry as well. The referee is hiding. He has fallen over, but now it is going to be on the side of Tonga. And now at this stage, charged down, going back, but they are going to be maybe, it's just rolling out for Henry Slade, and they are going back for the scrum feed for Tonga there as well. That was a yawn. I tried to hide it, but then it just made me look like I was eating a lemon. My boy Maro put in the work as well. Says Wilson, yeah, he's been working hard throughout this game. That is for sure, Maro Toje. Very talented in the line out, and it is going to be one of those ones that I'm just thinking, hear me out here. Will Skelton, Maro Toje, like two very good locks, and they're both going to be up against each other. Just both very, very big. Marcus Smith warming up on the sideline. He's doing a jog, and the crowd are going nuts as if he's out on the field there, Marcus Smith. But he is getting close to being ready to go. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of impact he can have. Jack Lamb as well, says Chris Seo there. Yeah, very good player in the loose forward trio. And that's the thing. They've built up a very good side from the base. And it's one of those ones, if they can find themselves some form, I can see them making it through to at least the quarterfinal stage of Super Rugby, if they can kind of gel nice and early. Come on, Tonga as well. From Tongan game, and now it is going to be Solomon Kata trying to drive straight over the top, but it's a good tackle from Adam Radwan, and it's going to be the penalty going back to Tonga. Does he take the quick tap? Solomon Kata looked like he wanted it, instead offloads it to Maraf. But at this stage, Fiji winning their game up against Spain, 38 points to 13 as well. That will be a dream to watch as well, says Will Song. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely awesome to see all of the competitions that are coming up. Hopefully Tonga can score a try, says Steve Smith. Yeah, I hope they do get one, because of the fact that you feel like when you watch them play, they play with their hearts on their sleeves, and they just keep on fighting till the final moment. So you want to see them get some sort of reward for it, more than a three-pointer. Maro as a mutant as well, one of the best in the world. Probably overtook Retallick for best second rower in the world as well. Yeah, Maro Toje, and the thing is, he's still young, isn't he? Like, compared to Retallick, I think he's about, I want to say 3, 4, 5 years younger. So he has got a very bright future for England, definitely at the World Cup, and then probably, I don't know, maybe even the one after that. That's going to be stolen by England there. And now at this stage, it is going to be Courtney Laws get him back up going again. And now they will have the option of kicking this one downfield here, England, but it is going to be Ben Youngs will be rolling it back, puts it high into the sky, trying to line it up here. It looks like Johnny May trying to take it, hasn't quite been able to, knocks it backwards to Dom Brandt, though. No, knocks it forward. So it is going to be the scrum as well. And also we have got the end of the chat. Tonga should definitely go for the tries if they hope to bring this back as well, says Wolfsong. And also we have got their Mara Toje is a high elf from Lord of the Rings as well. And also we have got their way before my time. I've only been into NASCAR since 2017 as well, and the coffee run for Hamish as well, says Tanya. Tell you what, that looks all right, doesn't it? What are those? They they're almost fancy little creme brulees? No, they're little thingies. I remember someone mentioned them on another live stream because I forgot how it was. Come on, Tonga defend as well. Says Tongan Gamer there in the chat, and at this stage they have got the counter that maybe might get them their first try of this game. I feel like it's coming soon for them. England playing very well, though. They haven't really let them through at any stage other than that early one, and Courtney Laws was able to shut that one down. Massive push there from England, and it's stolen there. And it's going to be Ben Youngs. He's got plenty of toe, and that is going to be the try for England. Massive push from their forwards. Ben Youngs was there and took the ball, and then from there he was able to score the try. And it's very nicely done indeed. But I've got their creme brulee, that's the name as well. And flan custards and creme brulee of brulee. I couldn't say it last time either, could I? Well, that one, but it is going to be the second try of the match for Ben Youngs in the 50th minute. He has been able to score it. And we will add that to the try scorers list as well. He scored in the 40th, scored in the 50th, 60th minutes coming up, and maybe he is going to be able to get himself the hat trick, but just stole it off the back of the scrum. Yes, boys, as well in the chat. And also as Maro. If Maro is a high elf, Fifth de Klerk should be Legolas as well, says Wolfsong. And why on earth are some flags blacked out as well, says Wolfsong. Some flags blacked out. Is that in the crowd? BAL, do let me know. Oh, sorry, from Wolfsong. And also we have got there South Africa, 189 for 2, and England are sitting 70 for 2 at the moment, says Tania. But Ben Youngs, he's got plenty of pace when he does get it going. He did end up getting dove on in the late stages. Tigers 2, Saracens 2. We have a contest as well. And thank you, Tania, says a Wolfsong there as well. But Marcus Smith now making his way out onto the field. And now this is where we get to see a little bit of a prelim of what might be the case next week, because of the fact that they have got the injury of, or actually not the injury, sorry, the positive test of Owen Farrell, which does now mean that Furbank making his way off the field. He's actually played very well, so I feel like he will be the replacement or the starter for next week up against the Wallabies. And then they have got the Springboks the week after, which is just going to be an absolutely awesome fixture. That last round of internationals, you've got Springboks taking on England, massive game. Wales taking on Australia, in my opinion, also massive game. Not as massive, but still massive. And Henry Slay once again has missed the kick there. He is only sitting 1 from about 5 so far today. And then the other game that has taken place is New Zealand versus France, and they are all back-to-back fixtures, which I am extremely excited about. Henry Slater is useless. How many kicks has he missed? That's about 5 out of 6, unfortunately, for him, that he has missed. But he's trying hard, I guess you could say. Marcus Smith might get the kicking tee soon as well. Heck yeah, brother. Congrats to him. I've heard of him as well. Says Katie Dixon there. Now, this stage, they are showing, Joshua Tuasova has just scored the try for Fiji. He's just a bit too strong. Tuasova, and he came off the bench as well. Shame George Ford isn't playing. He's proven himself this season. Yeah, it was a shame not seeing his name in the kind of lineup, and I feel like it's slightly backfired due to the fact that Owen Farrell is now going to be out. Maybe they bring him in for the later stages, because he's a very talented player, and he has been working hard, like you mentioned. Ben Young's once again breaking off the back, and Johnny May now with the step on the inside. Solomon Ikata, not quite able to take it, and Solomon Ikata once again going to be kicking it downfield. Johnny May able to regather. Now Marcus Smith passes across to Henry Slade. Alex Dombrand, no, sorry, it is actually going to be Freddie Stewart. Getting the carry there. Tonga trying to get straight in to the breakdown, trying to get themselves some form of ball in this one. Alice Genge, great hands there. Tries to find the offload, and Mara Itoje went backwards though. And now at this stage, Tonga have won the penalty for themselves as well. At this stage now, Alice Genge just having a bit of a conversation, grabbing his boys from the ground as well. Mara Itoje, whose headgear just doesn't want to stay on today. I've noticed, I believe it's been off about 4 times as well. Pokes Hamish with a caffeine soak stick as well. Says BAL. The thing is, I actually only woke up about 7 hours ago. So I feel like it's weird that the yawns are starting to kick in, but I think it is from the second light. Still seems to do it as well. They should, because we've proven we can win games without Farrell, and George has scored more points overall compared to Owen as well. And Fiji Wales next week as well, says Chris. It is indeed. It's going to be a good game. Fiji versus Wales. I feel like that's one of those games that Fiji at the moment, they started off a little bit rough up against Spain, but now they've got a 30-point lead, 43 points to 13. So it does mean now that maybe they can get themselves into that position of trying to challenge Wales, but saying that Wales have got their internationals back, which is always a whole new story when you do get to see it as well. But now at this stage, it is going to be 5 meters out here. Important throw, and it has been taken nicely here for Tonga. Maratoje straight through the middle, though, of that one, and now it looks like they are going to be marching their way sideways. Maratoje trying to keep on that ball, and it looks like it has been taken to ground. Has he been able to stop it from coming out? No, it's available here for Tonga, or is it? Yes, it is. It is going to be there and available. No, it's not. It's a scrum feed, and Maratoje was the man who was able to get straight on there and turn it over in the breakdown. Powerbomb that line as well, says Sebastian. Also, not long now till the big South Africa Wales game. Shane Alwyn-Jones is out as well, getting too old and injury prone. His body is too beat up from all the years he's been given it as all as well. Yeah, very talented player. And unfortunately for him, it does mean that he's missing the Six Nations as well. I want to see him back in a Welsh kit, but I'm worried that he'll do more damage like in the future as well, maybe because rugby is boring, runs and hides as well. Says VAL, and also we have got their Kamamaro come on as well, says Will Song, and also we have got their Santa's Reindeer came in live. Cam is live in 5 hours as well, says Tania, and also we have got their Wales. Wales, when playing a Pacific team, are never going to lose, or never goes well as well. Sorry, says it was a Chris CEO, and also we have got the yes from Wollongong. He's a very happy man at the moment. 55 minutes into this game, 34-3. Tonga still yet to get their first try, but they're working hard. And hopefully they do get one before the end of this live stream. But nonetheless, if you guys are new to this channel, be sure to leave a like. Also subscribe. It is hugely appreciated. So Ula Mali coming off the bench. And also it will be Finney making his way out onto the field for Tonga rather than Fafita, who has just made his way back out there. We have got hello from Harry in the chat as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. That's going to be the penalty to England now, only a few meters out from their line. Christmas is near. It is indeed only a month and a half away. It's going to be interesting shape to hear about Alwyn because he's a Welsh legend, or he's a legend in his own right as a Welshman as well. Yeah, the most international rugby caps for anyone ever, Alan Wynne-Jones, and just an absolutely incredible player. The kind of leadership that he has as well is extremely impressive. And Wolfsong, 27 for South Africa, 189 for 2 for England, 81 for 2 as well. And Mary Crimbles, you beautiful people as well, says Wolfsong there. But now at the stage, Jamie George now going to be throwing this one in for the line out, taken by Atoje. Now back to Young's. Marcus Smith, first carrier of this game for him. Decided not to run it, gave it off to Don Brandt, his Harlequins teammate. And now he has put in the boot to ball for Marcus Smith. That will test the leg injury that he has got. And also we have got the Are You Australian? I am from New Zealand. So we are currently sitting at 5:50 a.m. here in New Zealand for this game. Taken nicely there by Johnny May. Fell to the ground, but now Thomas Young, or sorry, not Thomas Young. It is instead going to be Ben Young's putting the ball down. The hands now for Tonga, firing it out wide. It's an awkward bouncing ball for Solomon Kata. A lot of pressure on him by Adam Radwan. Trying to break through, but he has been dragged down. Tom Curry straight on the ball, steals it as well, but it is going to be the penalty for them as well. 81 runs after 10. England need to find some boundaries as well. And thank you, Tania, for the updates. And also we have got there in the chat as well. Only 27 likes. Come on, folks. Hit that like button as well. Says Steve Smith. You heard the man. It's about to be a drawn pass. Johnny May looking for the corner. Backs himself. Going down. Tries to offload it to Marcus Smith. And it is going to be taken instead by Tonga. Johnny May very, very close to the corner, but it was a try-saving tackle from Talusa Vainu as well. Anthony has said the ref is bad as well. What one is that for? Do let me know, mate, but at this stage. Okay, they are just going to be checking this one to check for the try. Maybe come on, Tonga, as well, says Danny, and also go to bed after this, mate, as well, says Wolfsong. We have still got 2 more games that are taking place at this stage. Is Marcus Smith on the park, mate? He is indeed. He has made his way out there very recently, replacing the late change of it was George Furbank, who did get to start. And yes, as well, says Wolfsong. Are they just checking this one to see whether or not there was a touch? I believe whether or not it was a knock-on against England. But Johnny May there looking for the corner close to the touchline. But, okay, he was out. So that is going to be the line out for Tonga. And at that situation also, we've got there, it's 12:50 a.m. here, Hamish, and I'm yet to have a yawn. Come on, Hamish, brother, step it up as well. Says Steve Smith. Yeah, I'm slacking at the moment for me yawns. I've had 2 so far. But hopefully that is all that we will end up having. It's actually going to be another sub here for England, and it is 23 making his way out there. It isn't George Furbank. It's going to be Atkinson making his way out there for Manu Tuolangi. England are struggling against South Africa, need some quick runs as well. Says coding there. And also, could you explain briefly the Thanksgiving tradition, please? I'm not familiar with that mind as well. Or, sorry, that name. And also, we have got their ref as well, says Anthony. And also, Johnny May is a selfish player, says Shark Brain. I think he saw the opportunity there, because if that tackle was missed by the number 15 for Tonga, it would have been a try time, but wasn't quite able to find the offload quick enough to stop Marcus Smith over the back there for Tonga. Big bit of contact there for Alex Skenge. He has been able to drag him down now. Tamefuna off the field as well, and that is going to be for Maafu, Fia, and then also Lonnie Ayuhila will be the other man making his way out there. Indeed, it's funny how most Americans don't know much about other countries as well, says Wolfsong. And also Thanksgiving is when the natives saved America's ass as well, says BAO. And also we have got that does too. So does the Easter Bunny and Loch Ness Monster as well, says Tania there. But that was a good clearing kick from Takaloa. End of the game between Fiji and Spain, and Fiji able to win that one 43 points to 13. So a good win in the end. They were actually 10-0 down in that fixture as well. But now it's going to be Atkinson getting his first carry. Oh, Tom Curry hit hard, and I believe that is tackled without the ball. Penalty advantage here for England. Once again, Marcus Smith passes it back. And advantage still to England. Johnny May going through the gap, trying to link up, not able to find the offload. Youngs now fires it back to Smith. Got Mara Toshi and step passes behind him to Atkinson, who sells the big dummy, goes himself 25 metres out here, and it's going back for the penalty to England. Once again, we have got the Ross Taylor versus Kane Williamson, which is the biggest match winner for the Black Caps, and why Ross Taylor didn't captain New Zealand for a long time as well. Says Coding, I feel like with the amount of runs that Ross Taylor has got, you've got to say he's right up there, like across all formats. He is able to deliver, although Kane Williamson has been the captain for more recent times, so I guess people go with him as well. We have got their well done to Fiji, but Spain have definitely shown growth, says Wolfsong. And also we have got the does too. Here's a pick as well, says Daddy. And also we have got the, all I know is that they like turkey on Thanksgiving. That's about it. I give thanks to this turkey. Thank you as well, says Steve Smith. And also Donald Trump exists too, as well, says BAO. And also that's the most offensively short description of all time, says Katie Dixon there. And also Long Short Story and also High Pilgrims in the New World. USA ran out of food before they realized that winter was going to kill them. Native Americans were like, here's some food, repeat. And then Aussie able to get over the line there. I think Johnny May just scored. The try there was able to pick up his second of the match. Well, everyone wants twos at this stage, but Johnny May able to just drive his way over there and was able to score the try. So he scored in the 28th and now the 50. It's the 59th, so we can't quite say that it was the 58th as well, but it was the set play off the line out. Beautiful inside ball there to Johnny May. Reaches out with the momentum and was able to score the try once again there for England. So now they are going to be sitting on 39 points as well. Hello, sir, as well. Says a big sport. Welcome into the live stream, mate. How did Fiji go for yourself, mate? I know that they were 10-0 down, but then they were able to fight back. So are you happy with that performance? Do let me know. Congratulations to Fiji as well, says Tanya. And also we have got there. What part of the turkey does ham come from? So it says Bell, the meat or the animal next to it, more than likely. Fiji bout to get schmacked by the whales as well. And also as does Biden as well. And also we have got the fun history fact as well. George Washington was a redcoat before becoming the American Rebels president as well on the trunk, says Sebastian there. But that one has gone over from Marcus Smith, so able to convert his very first attempt of the day, which is something that unfortunately for him so far, Henry Slade hasn't quite been able to get going throughout the later stages or the early stages of that first half, especially if they play like they did against Spain in the first half as well. As Marcus Smith playing well, mate. He has just done his first kick. He's also done a couple passes so far, but hasn't actually had the run yet for that one. And we've also got there. So every year we remember that the Native Americans basically saved us and we still make them live on our reservations. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk as well, says Katie Dixon there. But now at this stage, Maro Toje taking that one off kickoff here for England. The stage 41 points for them so far. I feel like they want to bring up the 50 here, but that is a massive rolling maul. They've just been able to march forward about 20 meters, and that was going to be player holding another one back. I believe it was Alice Gensch held. So because of that, now it is going to be the advantage to England once again. And this whole game at this stage almost being played with the advantage against Tonga, and it's the penalty to England. Also, we have got there Henry has been pants as well, says it Wolf Song. And also we have got there, don't you worry, Mr. Hamish, we will be speaking about Fiji on the podcast. That's not linked to the chat as well, says Big Sport. And also not going to happen, it'd be close as well, says Chrisio there. And also we have got there in the chat as well, definitely reflective on their emergence in the REC as well, and having teams in the Europe Super Cup. And also we have got there, as long as it ain't the arse as well, says a ball at the side. Oh, sorry, BAL now it is going to be the replacement, number 20, making his way out onto the field. Now it was originally going to be someone, oh no, sorry, it is actually going to be Wanhanga Havili making his way out there, and that is going to be for Kafa Tolo as the other man. Take the kick, lads, as well, says it Wolf Song. And yeah, this stage it is going to be England from 25 meters out, goes the short line out here. Young's once again firing across. Marcus Smith, beautiful short ball into the hands of Tom Curry, running it hard. Now it's Don Brand, tries to draw and pass. Oh, the post is playing fun. That's not a sentence, but the post ended up getting involved in that one, and they were kind of passing it around, wrestling Tongan player to the ground, only a metre shorter line. Don Brandt unselfishly tried to pass it off to Alice Gensch, but didn't quite link up, and now it is going to be once again in the hands of Tonga Takaloa now. Oh, it's a charge down. Oh, tell you what. That was a bit close. Goal line drop it, I think, is the call there. And also, we've got there. Fiji did have a struggle with Spain. So, yeah, sorry, Fiji as well, says Wolf Song. And also, I expect Fiji to make about 60-plus points against Spain, says Aldo Ablo. And also, we have got there. When was the last time Fiji played before tonight? It'd be a bit as well, says Chris Seo. I believe their last game, 5-metre scrum is actually the call here. I believe their last one would have been up against New Zealand, if I'm not wrong, which was in the July Internationals. I could be wrong there, though. And also, Hamish, you need to make Katie and Steve mods as well, says David, have I not got them as mods on this channel? I feel like maybe that was from our first original one, possibly. I will quickly do that because you are 100% correct that they should be. So what we will do here is we will find the name there. It is Katie Dixon, and we will go, there you go. It's very, tell you what, you got to be careful because the button right next to add moderator is hide user on this channel. So we want to make sure we don't have that. But Steve Smith has put let's go Brandon in the chat as well there as well. And apparently Don Brandt is a good player. He is indeed. Also Sam Simmons, if you want to talk about number 8s for England. Whereas they've gone with actually Tom Curry for this match. He was playing at number 8, but now he is at 6. He has actually transitioned to the side, and it will be Don Brand off the back, who has a very good opportunity. It's a penalty to England, taking a quick tap there. Youngs once again passing it back now. Marcus Smith, quick hands, nicely done to Johnny May. He's looking for his hat-trick, but he has been wrestled down to the ground there by the Tonga defence. Now looking to the short side, Marcus Smith, beautiful inside ball with Don Brandt, one more offload, and Yules is up in the air, trying to get over the line. It's almost going to be ripped away by Tonga on the ground as well. That became a maul. And now because of it, I think it's going to be, yes, it is a scrum to Tonga there as well. We also got there. Michael Hooper appeared to me in a piece of toast this morning, and now I'm convinced my entire neighbourhood to worship as a holy, now I'm convinced my entire neighbourhood to worship as a holy relic as well. And same here, I was reading it, and I was like, well, man, cool story as well. There's a Basher there, and also we have got there in the chat as well. Katie Dixon, can you please do me a favour and ask Hamish if Michael Hooper has scored yet as well? Says that big ask for, and that a long gap between games, and they would probably be together 1 week for the Spain game as well. Lovely. Thank you, Tanya, in the chat from Wollstone. But anyone who was wondering about the other fixtures that did take place, Fiji were able to get their win over Spain. In the end, it was a total of 43-13. Now, another game that was taking place at the exact same time, Canada versus Portugal. Portugal, the Portuguese, able to get themselves the win 20 points to 17 in a very close game remaining time as well, says Al Diablo. At this stage, we have got 15 minutes left of this fixture. And then the game that we are covering straight after, it is actually going to be the game that has taken place, and it is going to be between Scotland. That's a lie. They're not even playing tonight. It is going to be the Springboks, and also the other game that has taken place, or they are playing Wales, is the other one as well. Has Michael Hooper scored yet as well? Says Katie Dixon. Not quite. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow he'll be able to get himself one. I've just realised, I think we've got a live stream scheduled for now, if I'm not wrong. So I might have to change that just a little bit so that it isn't set for right at this moment, due to the fact that this game is running slightly behind time. It's actually set for, we've changed it to 6:20. We will be flying pretty much straight into that game when it does kick off, just due to the fact that there isn't really a lot of time left in between these games, due to the fact that this one is running a lot over time compared to kind of what it would be normally. But at this stage, it is going to be the replacement here. And Tonga once again making the sub. We have got there in the chat. Canada are definitely failing dramatically as a rugby team as well, says a Wolf song there. And now at this stage, very important for Canada to try and get themselves into that World Cup. I feel like that's a perfect opportunity for them to really get going. They actually missed out on the World Cup, but I would say for the MLR, USA need to make it kind of just to keep that momentum going. We've also got that Canada are definitely falling dramatically as a rugby team as well. And Moen just whacked the ball out of the stadium as well, says up Bell. So that would be Moen Ali, I believe, at the crease. And come on, England, says Leyland. At this stage now, going to be another scrum feed in favour of Tonga. I believe they have got this one here, only a few metres out from their line as well. But at this stage, we are sitting at 6:01 a.m. here in New Zealand. Pretty much straight after this match, we will be going straight in to the Wales versus South Africa game, which will only be about 15 minutes away from kickoff as well. There's so many games. You had to miss the Ireland versus Japan game, Hamish. For choice as well, says Steve Smith. Yeah, it is a bit of a shame that they have put so many of them pretty much at the same time as well, and he just got called out as well, says BAL. So that is not good news. And also, I'm assuming you're either Portuguese or Canadian, because Canada Rugby hasn't been doing well or too well recently, and Canada need their own professional league along with every other nation as well. And Canada won't be able to won't be at the 2023 World Cup, and that a first as well in England, from King Baron there in the chat. So yeah, we will have to wait and see whether or not they will be able to get themselves a win in the cricket and also the rugby as well. Kind of a little bit of a double up as well. Don't worry, you didn't miss much with Ireland versus Japan. I saw 60 points to Ireland though. I feel like that would have been a pretty good one to see how they went. Oh snap, I'm a mod. Thanks so much as well, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got there David, says a Wolf song now. It's going to be the big push here. England have got the scrum feed, and now Don Brandt fires it back now to Youngs. Gives it off now into the hands of Atkinson, running high. He is going to be dragged down at the stage. Tonga again and straight on the ball, and they win the penalty there for the player leaving his feet. And I believe it was, I want to see it, it's Henry Slade. Was penalised there. I'm from South Africa, and I support England all the way, as well, says King Baron. And we are going to be back for the game between England and Wales in a very short moment as well, King Baron. So be sure to stick around. Also, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated, all the support. Our wedding anniversary is around Thanksgiving as well, says Nov Mum there. And also we have got there, I reckon you'd be good on a podcast. Have you ever thought of doing one as well, says Big Ass Sport. I've considered it. Joe Marler here, he needs a podcast because of the fact that he is just a charismatic fellow. Wasn't going to be returning to international rugby, but he is back replacing Kyle Sinclair. And also they are taking off Alice Genge as the other sub, so they are getting rid of a couple of players. At least one English team can make us proud. Come on, England as well, says Callum. Also, none of the above, but the Canadian team should have won that comfortably, like Portugal as well, says El Diablo. And also, much love to you from England, mate. We can't wait to face the Box soon as well, says Wolfsong. Yeah, it's going to be an awesome game between those two sides, that is for sure. But now at this stage, it is going to be going out the back line once again for Tonga. They're just trying to get over the line for once in this game. It would be awesome to see if they can do it. But now, once again, the big drive forward here for the Tongans. Going back once again now, Takaleo. Oh, Takalua, sorry, passing it back. And also we have got there in the chat now. I'm not a fan of fireworks all that much as well. And yeah, the thing is with our small town, like I mentioned a little bit earlier on, anytime someone buys some, you get to see them anyway, due to the fact that there's no like big buildings or anything like that. And cheers for the spanner, Hamish, as well as he, man would say, I have the power as well. Says it is there from Steve, and I'm in the, as well, says Anime, are you in the crowd, mate? Possibly, do let me know. But now at the stage, Adam Radwan once again going to be running the ball forward here for England. The stage now passing it back out the back line. Marcus Smith drawing past there. Beautifully done to Atkinson. Taken out low, and it's going to be the advantage for the dangerous tackle now running forward at the line. It is actually Will Stewart. Let's get in the chart there, or get him the chance to come on in the later stages of this one. A little bit of a skip from Henry Slade. Now gives it off to Adam Radwan. Going to be pinning the ears back. Looks for the offload. Hit a bit high. And the tackle from it was a Viliami Finney as well. And he doesn't look too flashy, Adam Radwan. He looks like he's actually almost knocked unconscious. Oh no, he's woken up. He's come to. And at this stage now, it is knocked on, but they are going back for the original penalty in that one as well. Port Tonga, they need a decent injection of funding into their team. Otherwise, games against the wealthy teams are going to be mismatched as well. And also, here's another fun fact. The White House is called that because they had to spray paint it to cover the burns the British caused to it since they set it on fire before heading back home as well, says Wolfsong. That is a fun fact. In a weird fun fact way, I guess you could say. On that one as well. We had fireworks last night. And we'll be getting more tonight, no doubt, as well. And I'm in seat number 364 as well. Tell you what, I'm not too sure about the layout of Twickenham Stadium in terms of where people sit, but maybe we'll be able to see you there if you're waving on your phone. Be sure to hold up the Kiwi Lads logo. We'll get to see it. 10 minutes left as well. There's indeed at this stage they are going upstairs. So this game is going to be running a lot longer than it was supposed to, I believe, if I'm not wrong, which does mean that we will be cutting it pretty tight for kind of switching over to the other live stream at the same time as well. But anyone who is keen to watch that one that is going to be taking place between England and it's not England, it's between Wales and South Africa, be sure to check it out when we do start up as well. Come on, lads, get to the 50 as well, says Wolfsong. They are just going to be checking this one once again. A lot of stoppages in this game so far, and I believe that has been down to the TMO. Having to have a few more checks. They are checking Viliami Finney's there. Oh, okay, so that's going to be at least a yellow card, which means Finney might be going off the field for the rest of the... I like the cool fireworks you can light in the street with your friends and chase your neighbours with bottle rockets. Bottle rockets, and not a fan of the ones that make your ribcage rattle as well, says Katie Dixon. It's going to sound pretty scary, but I quite liked a sparkler. You know, a sparkler. The sparkler was all I need. Just a little draw with the smoke. That's all fun. Lovely. Thank you again, Tony, as well. And I went to Twickenham 4 times to watch 4 NFL games as well, says BAL there. Now, this stage. Oh, Marcus Smith just got the elbow from Finney as well. He's actually... This could be worse than just, like, he's going to get a red card because he gave Marcus Smith an elbow on the ground, but it wasn't just that. He ended up originally doing the high tackle. He's going to be off the field for the rest of the game here. Sparklers are the jam as well, says Katie Dixon there, but yeah, that was not smart as well. Grenade for 5 weeks as well. Oh my God, Hamish, that sparkler moment seems so sad as well. Says, okay, Sebastian, also indoor fireworks are crap as well, and also we have got there, I could throw down on a box of sparklers, but now at this stage, elbow to the face. Finney is going to be going off the field, and it's going to be the end of his game as well. It's a red card, so there's been 2 yellow cards for Tonga, and now a red card added on top of that as well. Tonga are playing rather filthy today. Yeah, that was a little bit cheap. A cheap shot, I should say, when he is on the sideline, and you just end up kind of driving down into him. But the thing is, he had already gotten a yellow card for the high tackle, so the fact that he went for it as well afterwards was just not really the best idea. But he's going to be off the field for the rest of the game, and Tonga will be playing with 14. And this is a good opportunity now for England to be able to really get something going here for the later stages. But at this stage now, we have still got another 11 and a half minutes left in this game. And also, Hamish either just got brain freeze or let a silent one go as well. No, it was me. Anytime I listen to the referee, I make a funny face, which is why I end up, unfortunately, in the situation of, on the main channel, we normally have the emojis where we are able to kind of show it off. And this was the face, if I'm not wrong, up there in the top corner. That is the face that I did make there. But Takalua going to be going off the field now. This one as well. Agreed. House seems to go up in flames all the time for no reason as well, says Sebastian there. Now Jamie George with another line-out throw. It will be Fuka making his way out onto the field there. That's for Takalua. And then also it is going to be Setefano Funaki getting a chance into this one as well. Now England trying to go for the rolling maul at this stage. Still 11 minutes left in this fixture. Still time for them to be able to score themselves a few more tries. Trying to march forward. Alex Dombrandt's cheeks have come out, unfortunately, for the man. And now it's going to be the advantage for England once again, and it is the penalty. Do they take it quickly? It looks like they want to as well. Alex Mitchell decides against it in the end, and also we have got a video of some guy blowing up his car with sparklers in America. Don't be fooled. Sparklers can be dangerous if you know how to use them as well. And also we have got I miss those emojis. How dare that copyright strike rob us of our emojis. Babies can make a funny face. Or babies make a funny face when they crap themselves, says BAL there. And also we have got that fatigue making Tonga play dirty, and also news and giant Tonga man physically abuses Charles Smith as well, says Wilson. But at this stage now, once again, it's going to be another 5-metre line, and I feel like this is a try coming up here for England. And it's going to be taken nicely by Johnny Hill, only a few metres out. Jamie George, is he going to be able to pick up his second of this match? It's looking very good. Mara Toje just in front of him as well, still creeping their way forward here for England. Jamie George, now they've got the advantage, and he's over. And it's another try for England once again, and we will add that one to the try scorers list. And at the moment, that try scorers list, it's not getting hugely long because of the fact that everyone has decided that they want to double up and score themselves kind of the same tries, kind of back to back to back. But it was a very nice one for England, just able to drive their way over. And that is the end of Jamie George's night as well. That is the last thing that he is going to be doing out on the field, and he was able to get that as well. How much time we got, says El Diablo. At this stage, there is 9 minutes left in this game between the two sides. Don't feel sorry for him. He done it on purpose as well, says Steve Smith there. And also we have got the good Lord poor guy as well, says it was Katie Dixon. So the guy blew up his car on purpose with sparklers. I feel like you must really not like your car if you do that. And come on, boys, as well, says Leland. And also, I remember in 2017, I got a belter of a rocket from a Russian. I could barely wrap my hands around it, went off, and so did all the car alarms, as well, says Sebastian. I feel like there's a life lesson in there somewhere, Sebastian, about maybe don't buy random fireworks from Russians if you want your street not to hate you. I guess England going to fall short of the 50-point mark as well, says El Diablo, although they're 48 at the moment, so I think they will be able to get themselves one more try in this fixture as well, but it is going to be kicked off in England, taking it nicely. Tom Curry now gives it off to Alex Dombrandt. Going to be running it hard at the Tongan line, and you can see that the Tongans are starting to slow down in this fixture now. It's going to be Marcus Smith taking it nicely, passes it back now into the hands of Henry Slade, tries to draw and pass, doesn't need to. Still going through Henry Slade, backing himself. Marcus Smith on the inside, gets the ball, and that's going to be the try for Marcus Smith there, scoring his try. He is coming off the bench, and he is fired up at the moment, and I feel like that one was dedicated to that Tongan player just a little bit. The fact that he was able to score it there. Marcus Smith scoring in the 72nd minute of this one as well. Wales versus South Africa is pretty close to kicking off. I feel like we're almost going to have a complete overlap there. Try Marcus Smith as Woo Marcus and the chat from Wall song. And also we have got the Are You Kidding? I was looking forward to that Russian for some more. Couldn't find him as well. And indoor fireworks just make this weird black foam stuff. So there's no fire at all as well, says BAL and 10 out of 10 as well. He's been sent down the tunnel. So Tonga will finish the game a man short as well, says Tanya. And yeah, it is looking like it is going to be the 50 points for England. They have been able to bring it up, and now at this stage they will continue to try and get themselves maybe 1 or 2 more tries. 7 minutes left in this one, and Marcus Smith, he's a very happy man at the moment, being able to score himself the try, get him the conversion as well. And now 55 points to England, 3 for Tonga as well. Such a grubbing as well, says at Lake Show. But I will mention anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because we are going to be back in only around 15 minutes time for the Wales versus South Africa game. It's going to be a phenomenal one. So if you guys are new, be sure to check it out as well. And be sure to check that pinned comment. It has got the link to the main channel, and also has got the link to the Kiwi Lads Gaming. If you guys do want to check that out, and let's get a 60 as well, says it Wolf Song there. And also we have got there, at least it's not 60 points yet, with time dwindling down, or winding down, sorry, says that Sam Soda. But yeah, at this stage, 55 points for England. One more try will give them the 50. Yeah, don't forget England are all pros. Tongans are all fishermen as well, Says BAL. Yeah, that is true. They haven't really had as much preparation as they would have for this game, Tonga, which does mean that it is going to be a little bit of a struggle for them throughout this one, but taken nicely by Alex Donbrandt. Once again, Tom Curry now with a bit of a step going around the defence. 25 metres out from their own line. 446 subs. Let's go as well, says Scotty Dixon. Yeah, we are getting very close to our goal with a 500 by the end of the night. One of the best. Keep it up, you Kiwi as well, says Callum. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated. And yeah, hopefully we do get to see some of you guys for that Wales versus South Africa. And then also France versus Argentina. Once again, the drawing pass, Alex Donbrandt, great hands. And now it's Johnny May. It's once again trying to march his way forward, a pass back across field. Joe Marler now gives it off to Smith. Using their backline very nicely. Atkinson now on the outside. Gives it off to Adam Radwan back in his pace, and he's got plenty of it. Now does a little grubber of mind on the inside. Sitting up nicely. No one able to take it. It's Tom Curry. And now he offloads it back, and it's going to be the try for Alex Mitchell. And now that's the 60. Or is it? Time off is the call. We're going to have more TMO time. This game could actually end up going at the same time as the South Africa versus Wales game. They are just checking this one. Quinn's try. I needed that as well, says Sebastian. And let's go as well. And Tongans in the All Blacks and Wallabies be smirking at England right now as well, says Flav. And also we have got their Tonga. Still better than the USA though in the chat from BAL. But now they are going upstairs once again for this one. We are sitting only 15 minutes away from the next game taking place. They are just going to be checking this one to see whether or not it is going to be, was he offside here? He is in front at the moment. He's... Okay. Mitchell is offside. So that is going to be called a no try there, 10 out of 10 as well. We had fireworks in the Highlands last night, but it was a gale force winds and a lashing rain, so it all went a big fuzz 2 inches off the ground as well. Let's go, says Leland. So they haven't quite been able to bring up the 60 yet. Fireworks are banned in Australia because they cause wildfires here. Living Scotland bonfire night and Halloween would coincide around the same time, so the pumpkin would be getting blown up as well. Says Steve, I feel like that would be a pretty awesome one to see in slow motion, a pumpkin going bang, and as well from Wolfsong and come on England, says Sebastian. But now at this stage, it is going to be Tonga who have got the advantage. Too much time off as well, says the Rainey for the TMO. Yeah, this stage, it has been going very long for this matchup. It did actually only start kicking off at about, I believe I want to say it was supposed to kick off at 15:15, and it kicked off at around 25 past. And this game has almost gone for the 2 hours so far as well. Pity the All Blacks won't be playing England, but at least they have France to round off their autumn international tour as well after next week's Ireland game as well. And I was watching this till some change channels to watch the Formula One as well, says Bongo there. Oh yeah, at this stage we are going to be doing the game between Wales and South Africa as well. Oh, it's going to be a knock on from Tonga, and now it's going to be the scrum feed here for England once again. And we have got there. If Scotland gets independence, there'll be no more Go Forks night up there for them as well. And also we have got there. Is it true that you're not allowed to bring wood into Australia? Because I brought pencils with me and I visited my cousins recently. You're not allowed to bring wood. What type of wood we talking? Because I feel like one type of wood would get you in trouble at the border, but I guess it's one of those ones. It's actually raining at this game for England as well. Luckily, it is going to be Principality Stadium that does have a roof. My Wi-Fi is playing up as well, says David, which is never a good sign when we do have a game of rugby coming up very, very soon. But at this stage, only 3.5 minutes left in this fixture, and then we will be jumping straight over to our next live stream, which is going to be taking place between South Africa and Wales as well. Tell me times are almost up as well, says IL Diablo. It is indeed. I feel like, weirdly, I'm talking quicker thinking that will make the clock go quicker, but that's not quite how it works, unfortunately. But now Adam Radwang close to the touchline, breaking tackles as well, but he is going to be dragged down in a good tackle by, I believe it was the number 20 in this one, which is Havili. Passing it back now into the hands of Johnny Till. Also, we have got there, I think it was Ash as well, due to how easily it catches fire as well. Says the Wolf song, but now at this stage it is going to be once again Marcus Smith passes back out the back line. Slade now. And it's just been working for England so far. It's quick, precise passes. They have been putting Tonga under pressure as well. Bad calls by the ref, hoping he gets schooled by Bernardo as well. Says it was Flav. And also we have got there What would an Aussie chuck if an Aussie would chuck wood as well? And I'm trying to make sense of your logic as well. Says David now at this stage. It is going to be Adam Radwan once again stepping around there. 77 minutes gone on this one. Tom Curry, big hit on him. The stage now still going to be available here for England. Marcus Smith attacking the line. Sells the dummy, goes through, draw and pass. And it's going to be the number 16, Jamie Blamire, who has been able to score the try for England once again here. We will add him to the try scoring list, but Jamie Blamire, it was Marcus Smith's break that opened up the opportunity. and he has been able to score the try there. We will add that one, and England bringing up the 60 points now for themselves. Very, very nicely done, that is for sure. We have got their real test versus Australia versus Springboks as well, says Tristan. Let's go, boys. And the chat from Wollongong. And also, we're still going. People love a rugby marathon as well. And yeah, the next week's one, I believe, is even longer, if I'm not wrong, which is going to be very exciting news due to the fact we're just going to be rugby all day and all night as well. Raining in Cardiff as well, says Springbok. Have they got the roof on Principality Stadium? Does Principality Stadium have a roof? And is it on at the moment? Springbok, do let me know. Does Tonga have a problem with Curry or Smith? They be hidden all game as well. I think it is one of those ones you target the players that you're most concerned about. So I feel like that is kind of what has been happening throughout this one as well. What we are going to be doing while Marcus Smith is just showing off his class and being able to run through, setting up Jamie Blamire. I'm going to be getting my my Scotland. No, sorry, that's still the wrong team. I'm going to be getting up my live stream, getting it ready for the one that has taken place between South Africa and Wales as well. Hope you got a big win on their bet as well, says Wolf Scott there. And also we have got their 60 as well, says Wolf Scott. And also I had England by 62. Hey, what? It's very, very close indeed. Also, we have got the England still suck, and also we've got the ABs made 100 points on Tonga as well. Hope England get demolished by the rest of the Southern Seas as well, says the Wet. And also, we have got the ABs put 100 on Tonga with AC team. And very busy weekend indeed for rugby, and I've yet to go to sleep, says Sammy Sosa. Yeah, it is going to be a late night one, that is for sure. But 79 minutes into this game at the moment, it's drawn past once again. Adam Rapp one going down the wing, flying. He is going to be steaming forward, does the step. He tries to give it to the referee. He didn't want it. He wanted to take it back. Alex Mitchell now kicking it forward, though, with a couple grubbers. And he's still kicking it forward, and it's the try to Alex Mitchell in the end. Are you going to do All Blacks, Wales versus Box? I am indeed, Barry. It is going to be kicking off in a very short moment. We are a little bit behind due to the fact that this match has run a little bit longer than it was supposed to, but Alex Mitchell there able to get that one, and that is going to be the final try of the match, and it is straight out in front for the kick as well. So what we are going to be doing, the end score of this game will be 69 points to England, and it will be 3 to Tonga. So what we are going to be doing very quickly is we are switching over to our other live stream. So thank you all very much for tuning in. I will be back in about 3 seconds time for that next live stream, and I will see you all in a very, very short moment. But 69 points to England and 3 to Tonga.